Welcome to Wrestling on the Rocks.
We really aren't great without Marsh, and you're going to realize that.
We lost. Hell.
We don't know where he's at.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, welcome back to Wrestling on the Rocks. Hope you guys enjoyed Stomping Ground.
Yeah.
Raw, Smackdown to follow. We're going to go over that.
Mm-hmm.
And
This might not be a 4-hour long one because
No.
I don't know how. He's really the catalyst for notes here.
Yes.
Mine are usually just to make fun of him, and he's not here, so it's going to be really bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to apply these to you. I'm going to make me
Oh,
making fun of your
great.
mustache and long hair a lot.
Let myself go.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's let people trickle in and...
What are you going to start talking about? You want to go into stomping grounds first?
Yeah, might as well. First,
Are you? Yes.
guess what?
I got video on mine. I was making sure. I'm a professional. Wait, we're actually making money now thanks to y'all. So we are technically professionals at that, and that makes me feel a lot worse about people I consider professionals.
I know.
Yeah.
It's kind of easy. I'm just kidding. So, this week in my glass... Hello. Proper number 12, Conor McGregor. Shout out to all the... that's an interesting...
It looks like
a
the kind of,
penis. Oh.
I was gonna say I was actually gonna be way more appropriate than I typically am. To me, it looks like the kind of bottle you find in an old-timey pirate ship. But okay, it's a penis.
Kinda.
Penis bottle. Old-timey pirate ship bottle.
Thought that's where you're going with it. I thought that was your shtick.
I mean, I don't know what penises you're working with, but that's kind of abnormal.
I like the cork.
Oh,
Can do the...
nice. I always like champagne for that reason, which is kind of a dumb thing to want to drink on like a Sunday when it's just like popping it out. It tastes terrible. I like popping it out. Yeah.
Let's give this an old try. Get the glass side. Still warm. Pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty smooth.
Bend over alert in pain. Okay, maybe not the best. I have iced tea and water and fancy water with bubbles. That is the flavor of peach.
Peach booblers.
Want to make sure, yeah, it's peach. Peach. Okay.
So, yeah, Irish. Do a toast to Finn Balor for returning.
Yeah. Briefly.
Mm-hmm.
For all 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been gone for what, 2 weeks?
A lot longer. That was actually one thing. The amount of people not at stomping grounds.
Yeah.
Ah. And now that we've stomped all over this introduction, maybe we should stomp on into the. I gotta get all these out because there's a lot.
Go for it.
So, first thing, I don't know. Did you see anything online of pictures from the show?
No.
The whole camera side of the arena, and this is for Smackdown, Raw, and a lot of stomping grounds, was blacked.
Oh, really?
Where they did those like things over. And I'm not saying that to knock WWE. This is a new pay-per-view. Washington is a great state. It is not a state I associate with wrestling.
But Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, but no one else. Actually, no, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah. And Rowan looks like he would be from there, but is not. Yeah. I don't. But I wonder if maybe that was it. It's also not Seattle. It's Tacoma, which is a smaller city.
Yeah, they're close, but
Yeah.
I kind of raised my eyebrows on that when I first heard that.
If you did like we're going to do a pay-per-view here from Tucson.
Yeah.
Cool. It might. I mean, if only for the fact that our Civic Center's rather small. Unless they did it at McHale, which is still rather small.
You should do it at Arizona Stadium.
Shit.
I don't know what the
It'd be like WrestleMania, but terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to do it in the middle of December when it's 70 degrees outside.
I don't know, man. Having graduated from the U of A in May.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, thinking about that and you saying that, what frustrates me the most, or the first reaction is frustration because I think my drive home is down the road right next to that, and all I think is, shit, traffic.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Tucson's not set up well.
Tucson is a fantastic city to visit and not a fantastic city to get around. I'm sorry, I forgot how to drink liquid. But yeah, on to Stomping Ground. I thought it was a lot better event than I was expecting it to be because I was not expecting much.
Well, and I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
I thought, hey, let's set the bar low and then just one up it.
Yeah. This bar is under the dirt.
Yeah.
You're walking over it as is. You're good. Okay. First match on the pre-show, we had Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, and Akira Tozawa. What did you think of the match?
Liked it. It was a good match. Everyone performed well.
Yeah.
I think it was Gulak, the eventual winner.
Yes.
I thought he missed quite a few spots from what it looked like.
Our co-host, I'm noticing, I'm looking through his notes because he usually has those things where he says, this one. He doesn't have those here. So
Okay.
when he gets on, he might be pissed at us, but I'm just going to argue with him. Okay. But yeah, no, it was Gulak won in the end. It was a really good cruiserweight match. It was really kind of frantic and fantastic and awesome. Tozawa did that awesome cannonball, which looked horrible. The torture rack and finisher from Gulak looked good, but I think it was a good match.
Yeah.
I also liked that it wasn't like 4 pre-show matches because
this
this also could have been on the show, honestly.
Yeah, I think he could have.
Yeah, because we had a lot of segments, and not a lot of them were necessary or enjoyable.
No.
Yeah. Then
Gulak got the win.
Yep, Gulak got the win.
Got first championship, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't watch too much 205.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone does.
About to try. Hey, I mean, we see the pay-per-views. The matches are great. It's just I kind of wish it were just part of Raw or SmackDown. It wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
But
see, I've heard from people that actually watch it that the pay-per-view matches are
the best.
Yeah. So, but I don't watch it. Can't say it's good or bad.
Yeah. Blue Boy, thank you for jumping in. Yo. I feel like I'm trying to act like Marsh.
Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Hey, Marsh. Hey, there you are.
Hey, dude.
Nice to see ya.
We don't have your notes. Well, we have your notes, but we don't have your notes for Stomping Ground. Wait,
There
specific.
it is. Cheers and music.
All right.
Cool.
Keith, glad you're here too.
Yeah.
Anyone else that I missed?
Keith.
We missed?
Whole Sierra.
Whoa, Sierra.
Whoa, Sierra.
Whoa.
I put an L in there and I read a whole Sierra. Oh, that's an interesting name.
The whole Sierra.
The whole Sierra,
Not
as
just
opposed to the half Sierra.
Just a little bit. You get the whole Sierra.
This is going to be a fun episode. We're going to get yelled at so goddamn much. Okay.
It's like we have a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
We got that TV in the room. We're watching something we don't care about. We're going to be watching Little Giants today.
Yep.
Hope you didn't plan on enjoying this. Okay. Next match.
Next.
Becky and Lacey again.
Yes.
I know this is only the second real match together, but it does feel like it's been a lot more matches and a lot more time.
Yeah.
And a lot less care.
It's been a lot of time.
Yeah.
Too much time.
It did look decent. I think
Yeah.
Lacey did some really cool things.
Yeah.
I like that where she wrapped Becky around the ring
on
post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like pulling her hair and her leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty. I liked that. That was good.
Did you see the botch? She went for like a kick, or Becky went for like a kick and it was mistimed, then they did it again. It's like, ooh,
Yeah,
shit.
because Lacey was like in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, I should be over here. And then Becky then does it again.
Yeah, it's like, oh, great. Okay, yeah, you got it the second time.
Yeah. I think they should have, it's hard to think off the cusp, but, when you see something like that where they try a move, it doesn't work, and then they try it again, it makes it like 1,000 times worse. Like, where she would have gone for it, wasn't there, if she would have just grabbed her, thrown her against the ring post or outside or something.
Yeah.
But
It was we saw finally some like Becky responded to the whole like on the I'm gonna rub my juices upon you and throw it at you, which I was watching it with my wife, and my wife's like had not seen this, and I realized that she's like, what the fuck is this? That's horrible. That is so not good, and that's so unsanitary. And I'm like, oh, and I kind of felt like really desensitized. And then I'm like thinking, and this is weird. I thought, you know, this is something that I think only these two people could do. Because if you had someone like me,
Lift your sack and
get a pretty large towel out. Just we're gonna get this. It's gonna be a lot wetter. It's probably gonna be a different color. Just put it in someone's face. The person in the ring's gonna be throwing up too. Yeah. Oh no.
First couple rows can smell it too. Just,
oh god. But
well, that's one thing, because I was watching this with Marsh. That's one thing we noticed is for a while there, Lacey was digging in her pants. It looked like she couldn't find it. She was like, "Where's this? Lift this? I don't know. Is it over
there's
here?"
so many things down here.
And we like look at each other like, "What is she digging for?"
There really should only be 2 things there.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. Change, stick of gum, keys to my or spare key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if she pulls out like the old brass knuckles and kind of throws them to the side. No,
I
not
would
that.
like that to continue just a bit, just like streamers and shit.
The ball of was it Mr. Fuji's hand powder or whatever it was.
Oh, 24/7 title, and then you just had the noise of R-Truth. Hey!
Hey.
Yeah.
But yeah, we noticed she was digging in there for a while, and we're like,
Again, something else. Someone looking like me just digging in there, looking around.
"See what I can find in here."
Yeah, nothing good. A lot of danger.
Sifting through my fanny pack.
Yeah. This is now TVMA.
Sorry, children.
I did notice they had such a quick tap. Like she put it in the arm, and it wasn't even like act like it hurt or you're gonna fight. Just in the arm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Immediately.
Okay.
But one thing Marsh just brought up.
Marsh.
Becky doing the mandible claw. That was awesome.
Yeah.
She kind of grabs the napkin.
Swamp ass rag.
Yeah.
Swamp ass rag.
Jizz rag. Whatever.
Jizz rag. I don't know whose jizz is on it. Was that added prior?
Yeah. Yeah. Whoever she was currying favors for.
Oh.
Sorry. And she just like shoves it in her mouth and kind of does it, and I was like, I don't know if there's a name for it. If she changed it, I know she's into puns.
We can look through Pornhub to find the category for it. Okay.
I was thinking like womandible claw.
Womandible claw would be tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was good. Keith says it was Corbin's.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's looking like that.
Yeah.
The new power couple.
Oh, I got something to go on about that. I was watching this video and I was like, oh, that's really upsetting me. Shame on you, Sir Marsh. See, spirits. Didn't make any stomping ground notes. Okay.
Yep.
So we don't know who.
This is good Irish whiskey. Cheers to Becky, who's also from Ireland.
This is awesome tea.
So she has bigger balls than Seth.
And Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Connor.
I don't know.
Not a Connor fan. Okay.
But he makes a pretty good whiskey.
Yeah, but he
Or he puts
doesn't.
his name on it, I should say.
He puts his name on a decent bottle of whiskey.
And his tattoo.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants the fierce Irish tiger.
Tigers in Ireland?
Well, that's his tattoo. I don't think there's actual tigers.
The fierce Irish tiger?
Yeah. Higher.
Arr.
All right, anyways.
Okay.
Back to subject. TV Poker, what's up? Cheers.
Senor. My comments are coming through. Whatever. You'll be the talky guy to comments.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. So after that, we had a Corbin segment. Paul Heyman went into Corbin's dressing room and
Trying to curry you a favor or two.
oh God. Although Paul Heyman could definitely curry some favors. I think he would do better than a lot of people at currying favors. A lot more spice there.
He's quick with his tongue.
Yeah. Good with his mouth. Yes, he is.
That's what I was going with.
Yeah. You saw how quickly he got to his knees when he fell.
Yeah.
God damn. It's like he's ready for it.
He stayed there.
Yeah. And on the similar subject, oops. Oh my. But then after Heyman comes out, good, quick promo talk. Then Corbin comes out and on a similar note says, I think you're here for something else, which is really scummy, but also fits Corbin so well because Corbin looks and, yeah. He seems like he'd be sticky. Like if you touch him, he would be sticky and smell like hot, not pleasantness. Like like a dumpster behind a Jimmy John's.
Or the Bennigan's when he works at.
Yes. He smells.
He smokes out there.
You've been out there too long, Mr. Corbin.
Takes a smoke break, gets splashed with some trash, and
there's some people in Section 4 that really want their meal covered. I need you to go talk to them. Fuck.
all right.
Yeah. But yeah, so he said he picked his ref, and we were going to find out later. And then we had Sammy and Owens versus the New Day of Xavier Woods and Big E. And I love this match.
Yeah. TV Poker said Dennis Hopper passed.
Dennis Hopper passed.
Yeah, that's what he says. Great actor.
No, Dennis Hopper passed a long time ago. Gene Hackman might have died.
True. That is true.
Yeah.
Arby's.
Dennis Hopper came back to life and died. That is more of a story, and that is fascinating and scary.
I've seen 2010s.
Yeah.
For Dennis Hopper.
It is the 20s.
Yeah, that's right.
Just significantly later within them.
TP?
Sorry.
TP, who died? I want to know now. More importantly, I want to know, did Dennis Hopper come back briefly and then die, and what were the circumstances, and how do you know? Did you inject him with something? Yeah, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, you can.
Okay.
He knows. He's just throwing it out there.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
He's dead. Just want to remind you guys. Also Hitler, Gandhi, few other. Those are the big ones. I didn't choose Hitler. I just said they're dead. I'm kind of proud. I'm very happy Hitler's dead. Okay.
Have you seen that historical roast with Jeff Ross on Netflix?
I think this is an amazing idea. I have not, but hold on.
I've seen a couple of them. They started off slow, pretty good.
Okay.
There's a few good punchlines in there.
Okay.
Anyways.
Producer's upset. Okay. Thank you for wrangling. But it was Sammy and Kevin Owens versus the New Day, and it was the best match of the night. Period. Yeah. Fight me. Maybe just Joe and Ricochet. Yeah, don't do that. I'm injured. I was really happy to see the Blue Thunder Bomb came back. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of really good moves. I think the match really was showing us that Xavier Woods is made of some ungodly material.
Yeah.
Like if you injected Xavier Woods' blood into Dennis Hopper, he would be back again and not then die again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be back for good.
He'd be back for good. Be 20.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
It was a good match. You know, once again, just four amazing talents that you can't go wrong with.
Yeah.
So
I think they told a really good story within the time they had. I feel like it felt like a really good, strong match. Mm-hmm. And I don't think anyone didn't shine there, which is great.
Yeah.
And I think it led into a good continuation of the story this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we had Alexa and Nikki in a backstage segment. Okay.
Yeah.
Joe and Ricochet, another fantastic match.
See, I think that was the match of the night.
No, I will still say that one was, because I don't want to look like I'm backing off. But it was a fantastic match.
Yeah.
Joe looks fantastic with people who he really shouldn't look good with.
Yeah.
Like you think, okay, I don't know. He doesn't seem like a dude who's very good at being agile, but he is so good at this.
Yes.
Yes. He's what every fat man aspires to be.
Yes. That he does.
I don't want to lose weight. I want to be Joe Big. Or just shuffle around rapidly. But, do you get any cool comments?
No.
Alexa talk? Alexa talk.
Alexa talk.
Alexa talk. She's a person.
Keith said that he thought Daniel Bryan Rowan was the match of the night.
I think it had the best chance of the night. The chants were good.
Mm.
But after this, backstage, Ricochet went back, and I thought it was really, really cool. Triple H was back there. Otis kept calling him Ricky.
Yeah. Good job, Ricky.
Good job, Ricky. I'm proud of you. Because Otis is amazing.
I wanted to throw in a Bobby after that.
Yeah.
Good job, Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby. And then,
Best.
yeah.
Hello, producer.
Are you coming in?
Coming in hot.
Too hot.
Too hot. Hot take.
I just enjoy Otis. I think he's so entertaining.
He's a national treasure.
He is. He's definitely.
That's all I got.
He's definitely grown on us, or on me at least. I
Yeah.
should say.
I wanted to hate. I said, this is the stupidest thing. No, this is great. And it's all. It wasn't even him in the ring. It was him like when he was in Paris, like on the European tour. And he's like going and buying like macaroons and shit. And he's just so pumped in the dumbest way. Oh, they're good. Eating one bite. Oh, what flavor? I don't know.
Yeah, he's got Chris Farley down.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I find myself walking around the house doing the.
Yeah. I'm all caterpillar. I want to try and learn to caterpillar something.
Yeah. Go down, can't get back up. Just
Thud. All right. I got bit by a dog. I can't feel these two fingers. Yeah, so after that we had Heavy Machinery and the Earth's Tag Team Champions, Brian and Ron, and this was a good-ass match.
It was a good
It
match.
was stupid and silly, and I loved it. The crowd was way into it. The chants were amazing.
Yeah. The crowd was definitely behind Daniel Bryan, which.
And Priuses. You heard all the chants. So, Daniel Bryan, drive a Prius.
Yeah, drive a Prius, please recycle.
Please recycle. Was it the other one?
I don't remember.
Captain Planet.
Oh,
Captain Planet. Yeah.
nice.
Otis powering out of the yes kicks was my favorite part of it. Because it made, when it was happening, I was like, is that really gonna, you're telling me this like 5'8", 380-pound slice of wherever you're from is going to get put down by like being kicked in the chest? And just him getting up, I was like, oh no.
It reminded me of like the old Hulk Hogan, like hulking out of it, and he was just doing his no neck head bob.
Yeah. And then he did an amazing Vader bomb. It didn't connect, but I was so happy to see a Vader bomb.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
I was waiting for the moonsault.
Maybe in time.
Yeah.
Then again,
Yeah, the Vader bomb was cool to see
Yeah.
again.
I think he could pull off the moonsault. I want to see him do a moonsault.
It's so
I
ridiculous.
think it'd be amazing. Yeah. Then it went down card. We had Alexa Bliss versus Bailey. There's a bad sunset flip power bomb. That looked like someone got hit in the neck pretty hard.
Yeah.
Bliss pushes Nikki in front of Bailey. Bailey and Nikki get into a thing. Bailey wins. Okay. I don't really like the Bailey.
Just realized we haven't been saying who won each match.
Oh.
I'm sure everyone knows, but
Brian and Rowan won the last one, and the one before that was won
Ricochet.
by Ricochet, and the one before that was won by Owens and Sammy. Keeping up with us.
Yes.
But yeah, Bailey won this one. I don't like the Alexis or Alexa. I don't like Alexis's. It's my least favorite name, the worst name.
And Marsh says it wasn't bad.
I don't think it was bad either.
It wasn't exactly the intent. It was meant to look brutal.
Yeah.
Oh,
TP's showing his fondness of Alexa.
oh, is he? That's new.
Cheers to that. But I thought it was a good match. I thought it was cool that Alexa was actually showing some new stuff. Uh-oh.
Talk. Keep talking. Save me.
I can't.
Damn it, Kevin.
Sorry. So anyways, it was a good match.
It was.
There were a few missed spots, but overall I thought it was good. Alexa got to showcase some stuff.
ASMR.
Alexa got to show, a couple new moves, kind of, go out on a limb a little bit,
Yeah.
if you will.
I mean, I'm torn because I'm glad that Alexa is doing more because I didn't want someone to be retired that early or out of action. And I want to see if they're going to perform more. And I'm excited for that. I just really hate the fucking angle.
Yeah, well,
I
think it's weird. Marsh and I talked about it earlier. It's weird because Bailey, who's the champion, is kind of playing a third wheel in this storyline, where it's more about Alexa and Nikki's friendship than the championship.
Yes.
They're kind of showing, Alexa wanting the belt and Nikki's like, here, I'll help you. But it seems like that's more of the storyline than the actual belt itself.
Maybe then, if we were going to do the friendship thing, and I could see that, have it be for the tag belts.
Yes.
Because that would be against two other friends.
Yes.
And also put some relevance on the tag belts. And I'm not a big fan of anyone in that group except for Nikki. But, yeah. Also, tag belts not on this pay-per-view.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it was going to Japan.
The tag belts are going to Japan.
Well, no. The Iconics were having a match with the Kabuki Warriors. And if the Kabuki Warriors won, then they got a tag match at Extreme Rules, I think it was. I don't know when Japan's going to happen or if it already has.
I think it happened during Smackdown and like today because they were there for Raw because Alexa was there for Raw.
Well, no, Alexa's not there. Alexa was going to
she did
Japan.
Go to,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then, I think they did something big in Singapore, which is not Japan but close. Geography 101. It's closer than we are, producer.
It's true.
Yes.
That is true.
High five. Also, the bubbly tastes kind of what I imagine cleaner to taste like. I'm okay with it. It smells really sweet, but then it doesn't taste sweet. So it's ooh, it smells like Fabuloso, but it tastes
Fabuloso.
I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
So anyways, Bailey got the win, which was great. She finally beat Alexa in a championship match.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Mm-hmm.
Made her look stronger.
Hell yeah.
And yeah.
Then after that, Roman and Drew with Shane. Roman versus Drew with Shane.
Yeah,
That was a. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really tired of this. I'm really tired of Shane, and I liked Shane as a kid.
Yeah.
I get real tired of him taking up 50% of my wrestling shows.
Yeah, I think this is what they're going for. I think it's a work the whole time. They want us to hate him, and that's exactly what everyone's doing.
Yeah, but you could do that without him taking. You could do that and also have people like Andrade and Balor and stuff be on the damn show. Ooh. I didn't say in a. I upset off your bed. But Roman, I will say this: he looked weak.
Yes.
Which I think is a more compelling Roman, because we know he's gonna win.
Yes.
At a pay-per-view. I always wish he didn't, because I think he would look stronger if he started losing, and then could come back, Johnny Gargano. But he's not, so I'm okay with him getting his ass whooped for a little bit, because I can have that glimmer of hope.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Right?
Roman's Roman.
Yeah.
And that's all you're gonna get from him.
Basically, yeah.
It's funny because, I think it's a work for us to hate Shane so much, and it's been a work just to push Roman so much. So now you arguably have the two most hated people in WWE constantly having a storyline together.
And it's such a powerful vacuum of shit that's sucking in
exactly.
Elias and Drew,
Yeah.
who I like.
And the Revival and the Usos. And,
It's just pulling in all these people
yeah, it's
like
just this black hole of
a black hole
Ugh.
of shit.
yeah. It's like a toilet bowl.
Yeah.
You just sucking everything down in the center.
Center of it all, Miz's dad's head.
Yeah.
'Cause-
And the Miz,
Yeah, and the Miz and his goddamn family now apparently. It's a thing. But Roman won. It wasn't the worst thing that could have happened, but it happened.
No.
My hope was that this would be over. It was not.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have a commentary from our floating disembodied voice. Coming in hot.
TV Poker says Roman isn't hated anymore.
He is getting cheers more than usual. But I think it's because people are just hating Shane that much more. That the hate level of Shane's higher than the hate level of Roman.
And I think that in time it's going to this is what made Roman go south before, was just this overbooking him as a powerhouse. The other thing is, Roman is liked by a big, important part of WWE's audience, kids.
Kids, yeah.
Kids love Roman. They want a superhero, and he's their superhero.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know. I feel like it's a different way than how they booked Cena, because Cena was just a different animal.
Cena was kind of like the Hogan. Like, hey,
Yeah.
Take your vitamins, don't lie.
Never give up.
Yeah.
Make a wish, kids.
Never give up. That's what I was thinking of, not don't lie.
Take your vitamins and steroids.
Yeah.
But Roman isn't that, because he's not. He's getting better at talking.
A little bit, yes.
A little bit. But I feel like, and I don't want to think his pop is purely because of the struggles he's gone through outside of the ring, because it's not.
Not
It is
anymore.
better booking.
Yeah.
He is getting better, but there's other things I want him to do better, and I want them to do more creative things with him, because I think he could be fantastic.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think they should do the whole, maybe not heel turn, but have him have an attitude, like the Usos. Do the bloodline thing.
yeah,
You know,
and even when
like-
they do it, they do that, and he's like, "This is my yard now." But then he wimps out, and they back off, and it's like, "This is my yard now, but I'm gonna fight and defend everything because I'm Roman. I'm a hero."
Whoa.
It wasn't me.
It's true. It was producer this time. I agree. I thought that they were going to do the bloodline, and I was actually a little excited about that because it's new-ish
Yeah.
for right now.
Yeah. And it's a different angle for Roman. It's not, the Shield bloodline, if you will, but it's something. And it gives reason for somebody to have his back.
Yeah.
Because that was one thing I never understood, why Seth and Dean always had his back when they were always getting, thrown to the side.
Yeah.
This is for Roman. This is for Roman. Hey, he's my friend.
Yeah. If nothing else,
Like,
that
that's
would.
why Dean's in AEW now.
Yeah. I do think the storyline with the Usos would be fantastic. The Bloodline would be great. Also, there's a really cool picture that I put up on Reddit from they all went to the same high school.
Oh yeah.
They all graduated the same year,
Oh damn.
and they all it was like them signing commitments. It was a really cool photo. I was like, that'd be cool. You could go back to that. You could go to them being family. This would be really cool. But no, dude, this weird shit.
Yeah.
Marsh says they literally used how they got Braun over when everyone hated Roman to get Roman over, now in a feud with Shane.
Yeah. Is that what I said?
Yeah. Yeah. So we're all in agreement.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. But
I know, Roman should start beating people up with a chair. I agree, Keith.
yeah,
Just go out there and, this is my yard. This is my territory. And almost do NWO and tag them.
if
With Oos.
even do the beer bashes like Stone Cold, just come down to the ring, fuck, just sit, it's come out with beer, just fuck this, just drink and beat people, everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe not women. Stone Cold had a thing with that, but
That was the Attitude Era. We've moved past that.
that was also his personal life.
That was the Attitude Era. We moved past that.
Okay. So after this, Kofi and Ziggler.
Good match. Loved it.
I like that Kofi was trying to get out of the cage.
Yeah, kind of escape.
Yeah, because I think it does have I like Ziggler. Ziggler's fantastic in the ring.
I like Ziggler.
I don't like Ziggler when he's saying it should have been me. Yeah, and yeah.
As Marsh would say, acting.
Acting. Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of overacting with good old Dolph.
Yeah. We should try and go up to the Comedy Store in Phoenix, and he does a lot of sets up there.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he lives in Phoenix.
Oh, he did one Rumble weekend.
Yeah.
And we were gonna go and.
Yeah. It'd be cool, but he's I want to like Dolph in this.
Yeah.
But goddamn, I can't like Dolph in this.
He's just whiny and crying and.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But he also isn't such a shitty heel where it's like he isn't backing it up and it's just being a Baron Corbin. He's really fucking good.
Yeah.
And they're also giving him decent arguments, but then when he says, it should have been me, nothing else matters, he sounds like a petulant.
He sounds like a kid throwing a tantrum.
Yeah. Should have been me. They stole my animal crackers and somebody shit my pants. But I liked that it wasn't like a pin. I liked, a few weeks ago we talked about the last steel cage match, how there are no rope breaks
Yeah, and
in a
then
cage
brought it
match.
up.
They brought that this time.
I think it was to make up for the previous one.
Yeah. But Marsh very specifically cited a rule. I was like, nah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then they did it again. I know. I noticed that too. And then they were clear. Hey, you can't. There's no disqualification. I thought that was funny. And Keith said the whole purpose of the cage is to keep the New Day out, and the cage door was open the entire time. And that's the
And
thing
they still tried climbing over predominantly for most of the match.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing I hate about the steel cage, or you can walk out the door. Well, that's not escaping the cage. I thought it was clever the way it ended, and Kofi dove over Dolph, and I was like, okay, that was cool. But I want the old school cage matches where you have to climb over the top, like Shane and Miz, you know.
Marsh said, but that's not true. They fucked up the rope break rule.
At which point did they fuck up the rope break rule? Because effectively now they fucked it up twice. We just don't know which one is the real fuck up.
Yeah,
Mersh.
Goddamn Mersh.
Yeah. I think it'd be
Thought you're gonna call in, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Where are you?
Yeah. What fine eating establishment in your city are you grabbing food from?
Marsh decided to go solo and go on a solo tour.
Yeah.
He's touring Albuquerque. If you're in
No.
Albuquerque.
Oh.
Yeah.
Albuquerque's nice. Nice. I've been where he's at. I got family there.
Yep.
Sorry, champ. But yeah, I think it'd be cool if one time they welded the cage door shut.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to really weld it. Just like have
Just
somebody
put
come up with a
the
goddamn
chain and
Yeah.
padlock on it,
yeah,
like Hell in the Cell.
and then do that, and then have a gimmick that have that be the 24/7 match, and then have it be gimmick that Drake Maverick comes out and lock picks it, like
Pulls the little,
motherfucker.
pulls the little
Yeah,
Brett, not
bobby
Brett.
pin out.
Bobby pin. There you go.
But a couple really good spots. It was a really good match. I liked the diving out part. I looked like Kofi hurt himself diving.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of
Yeah,
held himself and was like,
shouldn't have
I
done
don't know.
that.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was selling it. So it looks like the ref fucked up and Marsh admitted he was wrong.
We need this recorded for perpetuity.
Hey, he's right next to me.
He disappeared.
It's startled me.
I love how mine doesn't show anything. Goddamn hate. I don't know what the fault is of this. I don't know why I opened up Fandango by accident.
Stackhouse, cheers.
Stackhouse, what's going on, man?
He was in Albuquerque earlier. Oh, Keith doesn't like our show without Marsh.
Oh, I don't either, and I'm here. It's like the first time you do something at your house that your dad who taught you how to work on it's not there. I don't like this.
So producer saying that Marsh will be calling us in maybe half hour-ish
Okay.
or less,
Or
hopefully.
Yeah.
So
Start the timer.
How long's the drive-through line at that restaurant, bro?
You gotta make it through a half hour.
Cheers to Stackhouse again.
I know. Even in chat, never a cheers for Eric. Stackhouse. It's fair. Stackhouse is who I aspire to be. God damn it, Club. Love you, champ. Okay. Okay. Now the last match of the night. Didn't have many notes, but we can just talk about it. We had Corbin Rollins, and we found out the
Lacey is rat.
Lacey's ref.
Ref.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's an E. I do E's like that.
Okay.
This is my writing hand.
Sorry. Anyways.
Making fun of a cripple. Good job. Thanks, Kevlar.
Exactly.
But
Only temporarily broken.
yeah, but I'm usually temporarily broken, so it isn't maybe kind of permanently broken. Yeah.
You get a handicap plate. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, so Corbin and Rollins. Lacey is the ref.
Which is really smart. I
Yeah,
like that.
it
I was
was.
thinking about that.
Yeah, because if you guys watched our prediction show, we had a feeling it was going to be a woman. So Seth couldn't bash him with the chair. And
We thought Rousey, which I thought was a way cooler idea.
yeah,
But this works.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people speculating Becky, but to me it was like, that makes no sense. Why would Corbin have the disadvantage? And then, hey, it's Lacey, and it's like,
Yeah.
we were close.
Yeah.
We were close, but
And I thought it was cool. I thought it was such a good heel, like, I'm not counting slow as
Yeah.
hell. Oh, my arms cramp. I did find it weird, like, I didn't know refs could change match stipulations. I thought GMs or commissioners did that, 'cause no countouts. Then why would you do that now?
yeah.
Why not just say, by the way, no countouts, no disqualifications?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it sucked because as soon as they said no disqualification, I was like,
Okay.
cue Becky.
And it
Let's
took a
go.
long fucking
Yeah,
time. Like, it was like, okay, when's Becky coming out?
yeah,
Is what I'm waiting for.
yeah.
My hand hurts while I'm...
Yeah, and I was just sitting there, like you said, just waiting for Becky. And at that point, I caught myself watching the crowd more to see when they turned to the entrance and when they started cheering than actually watching the match. And, they cheat more and more. And then finally she goes out there and hits her.
Yeah,
Beats her up.
hits her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Corbin, and then pin, and yeah.
Yeah. That was it.
Yeah, so honestly,
Ball game.
decent. We didn't have anything we were expecting coming into this.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good match. It showed Lacey being a good heel ref.
AEW made ref discretion a thing.
Yes, they can. But it was a good match. I was almost waiting for like the Montreal screw job. And they kind of alluded to it a little bit. Where it's like, hey, get ready. He's going to tap. And then Seth reversed something. And I was like, all right, whatever. But I don't know. It was just still a little flat.
Yeah.
And to end the pay-per-view like that, it was kind of...
Yeah, it did feel kind of like, okay, cool. Like, it went to the WWE 365 special, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's over. Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Did you watch that?
No.
Well, it was pretty good.
I got up to home pretty late because I was down visiting Dad, and I was like, well, I'm gonna watch this and go to bed, and then yeah. So, but it was more than I was expecting, so I was cool with it.
Oh, I gotta take my meds. Stackhouse, where were you?
What is the alarm?
Take my med. I try and catch it every week. I need to just put it on Wednesday, like, hey, don't take your meds on
Yeah,
Wednesday.
you can go into that really easy. It's like every day, but
But now it's a segment in our show.
yeah.
I'm waiting for Marsh to yell at me.
So that's also a segment that shows Marsh yelling at one of us.
Yeah.
Usually me, honestly.
Yeah.
So, into Raw.
Thank you, Stackhouse. Yeah.
Open with Seth and Becky. Do you kind of feel like this relationship part's now being like I said a few weeks ago, I was like, I don't really want to see them together that much, and now it's really
Yeah.
like,
I mean, at first I didn't care. I was like, whatever, and behind closed doors, if they're happy, great, good for
Yeah.
them. But this shit on camera is just.
it weakens both of them.
I think it weakens Seth a lot more.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
it makes Becky look so much dominant. Like she can take the Universal title from him.
Becky's the dominant
Yeah,
one.
exactly. Becky 2 belts. She's gonna have the Raw Women's Champion and the Universal Championship.
Yeah, but it also, I mean, it.
Oh, my pills fucked everything up.
Proud of you. But I don't know. I honestly think it makes her look weaker too. Not like weak, but it kind of impedes her because it's like, cool, now you've added this like romantic element. And it's
Brings cheese.
like a trope,
Yeah.
We don't need it.
Yeah.
Did you all see the tweet about? No.
We don't have Twitter.
Just because you don't have it doesn't mean you can't.
No, we don't have it. We have to stay away. I thought
If
that
they
was
did
the rules.
post the Twitter thing to Reddit, I didn't see it.
So WWE posted the picture of Seth looking at Becky, and then they posted, "Can you feel the love tonight?"
Oh god.
And Becky retweeted or responded, and she said, "Please stop, lads." Just 3 words. Please
Nice.
stop, lads.
That's awesome. Good. Let's stop it.
I mean, I just think it's. And I don't-
Stackhouse is in Flagstaff. Almost in our neck of the woods.
dude.
It's a quick drive. What bar do you want to meet at, Stackhouse? We'll be there in 7 to 8 hours.
We'll be in the orange Kia Soul that's missing side trim.
Can we dress up like hamsters? Isn't that the hamster car?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I fucking hate about that car.
It still wouldn't matter. Marsh wouldn't be there.
Yeah, we can. This is revenge.
This
All
is
the shit we get. Yeah, we're gonna go see your favorite person on this podcast without you.
We can take a picture and just put his little.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so the thing I hated too about this is Seth goes out there, starts talking, very flat, and then Becky's music comes out.
And it gets
Yeah.
immediately better.
Yeah, well but then he's like, "You interrupted me," and then she's like, "Oh, did I?" And then, yeah, and it was like, "What the hell was that?"
That's awkward.
Yeah, I was like,
Also watching with Lexus. Look over, she's like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was. I don't know.
keep talking,
I
Kevin.
can't do it.
Damn it, Kevin. But yeah, it did. I want to see if Becky's able to make jokes about it. Cool. I just get cautious. The more and more they put it in there, it's like, okay, well, guys, I don't want to have this be a match where it's someone in distress.
Yeah.
But they shit talk Corbin. They shit talk Lacey. Corbin's music plays. Lacey comes out, beats on Becky. Becky gets the upper hand. Seth pulls Becky away, which is funny because initially he's like, "Whoa, not touching anyone," and I'm like, "You could just like,
Yeah.
no, like grab
Yeah.
her, no," because refs will separate female performers. Just no. But no, he grabs Becky. Becky's like, "Grr," and he's like, "Fine, go," and she starts
pushes
beating on
him,
Lacey.
yeah.
Then Corbin jogs out. Fight. They get the upper hand.
Mm-hmm.
Then it, to me, got really funny because then the heels get outside the ring, get mics, and they're selling that they got hurt, but also cutting a promo demanding shit.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, you really
You
kicked
beat-
my ass, but
Yeah. You beat us up again.
yeah, we're gonna
But-
win, you fucks." So
Yeah.
they challenged them to a tag team match
Mixed match.
with a stipulation that initially, if Corbin and Lacey lose, they will never challenge again.
Mm-hmm.
Then they said, if you're going to do that, we'll one-up you, and it's for the belts. And I think Corbin's going to be a badass women's champion.
Yeah. I mean,
This whole
Yeah.
just me barreling through for that joke.
hold on, I'm getting there. No, but yeah, I'm not excited about a mixed match for both belts.
At
Like,
the main
it's-
event of a pay-per-view, too.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, but at the same time, if Seth and Becky retains, you wasted a month.
Mm-hmm.
A pay-per-view, you wasted a month build-up, everything. Whereas if Corbin and Lacey win,
What the fuck?
then all of a sudden you got a new ball game there, and it's like, okay, cool. Then you can go places with it. But I think, like I said, if Becky and Seth retain, then, like I said, you wasted a month. It's already a flat storyline as of now, and it's just gonna get flatter. And then you have a month to build up to SummerSlam, which is gonna be terrible.
Yeah, I don't feel like this made the feud between either anyone hotter. It just made it hurt. It hurt Becky's like feuds.
Yeah.
Oh, cool! Yay! And they're not gonna give the belt away.
Yeah.
If I don't see a universe where that they're gonna do that, because if they did, oh my god. There's good surprises and there's the surprises like, hey, I ran over your dog.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, damn it, Dad.
Keith says that's when Brock cashes in. He takes both belts.
Does anyone want to challenge for the women's title? No, not really.
Marsh says he agrees. This could be Brocky 2 belts.
That'd be fantastic. I'm so... Okay, that would be the best thing
Can you
ever.
imagine one on each shoulder?
I want him to be in like commercial. I want some speaker company to sponsor his ass, and I want him in commercials.
I think the best would be if he cashed in, and then gave Heyman the women's belt. He's like, hey, I don't need this. It
The belt's not gonna fit around Heyman one.
didn't fit around Nia. I'm just saying. I wasn't trying to fat bash or anything like that. Sorry.
Never gonna miss this.
Didn't fit around Nia.
There's a lot of belts that don't fit around people.
It's not a belt. So you're saying like so when Nia gets the belt they need to do a torrid like belt.
Well, don't you think it'd be worse if they added like an extension?
You just see at the back, you see this like little patch of leather, like, oh shit. Elaine Bryant belt. Okay. Just jumping in. We're gonna have any woman who has a, yeah, that's true. Anyone who just goes for Brock's,
Privates?
yeah, privates.
Testicles?
I'm gonna call them as Heymans.
That's little Paul and the Heymans.
I'm gonna go for Paul and Heyman's burial.
Little Lacey. Lacey showed it.
Yeah. Well,
She
she
even
did
got
get like
Seth
a.
and gave him a little handy reach around.
When she did that low blow, that paper, it was just like such a. That's a lot more. Like arm around.
I was wondering about that because she held it up there a while.
Grip.
Sorry.
Okay.
You're getting it.
But yeah, I can beat
They did
can
that.
beat Brock.
They made an extension.
I mean, I
See?
would.
Mar said they did make an extension for Nia. I'm not just.
I'm probably know what I'm doing tonight. Gonna go watch.
Will you cube me?
Okay. So
No pressure. Marsh is in here. But anyways, thank you, sir.
yeah. So we're gonna do that.
Or going back to Keith's idea, if Brock does cash it in, there's that UFC connection with Ronda. He just hands it to Ronda,
That'd be cool.
and then Ronda and Becky SummerSlam. That I said. You heard it here
I
first.
thought you were gonna say
last-
Ronda's gonna come in and beat the shit out of Brock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Armbar. He can't handle an armbar.
I don't know why I could just picture like somebody doing that. And I could picture Brock getting up as they're still locked in, just like he's just winging them.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Marsh said you're the only person Googling Nia late at night.
I don't think I am, honestly, and I'm gonna be upfront with you. Oh, it's not the worst thing I've Googled late at night either.
You ready?
That's just so distracting and terrible. I don't know how you're...
It is like a pirate bottle. Every time I hear it.
Mm-hmm. Or a penis, as you said earlier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry. Back to the matter at hand.
Back to the matter at hand.
Sorry, Keith. Hopefully Marsh is here next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll be here. Eventually.
You know, like when podcasts do sideshows, I don't think we should do a sideshow, you and I.
Yeah.
You are the set show.
Yeah! Producer's got jokes! Okay, so then after that we had a 8-man tag match. And it played into the
tag match.
elimination tag match, which played into a fun stipulation that they've now added to Raw and Smackdown. Where we no longer wrestle during commercial breaks. So,
I think I think that was interesting news when it came out. Hey, we're not going to watch because we don't want people missing things, and it's like, well, most of the time.
yeah, they do holds during.
Yeah.
I didn't miss that test of strength. Darn.
Yeah, exactly. But I think these last 2 shows this week, I think it's been funny how number one that there's a bunch of 2 out of 3 falls matches.
Yeah.
Which is like, all right, guys, like, come on. But I think it's cool how they have different stipulations on how to create a break now.
Mm-hmm.
Like when, AJ goes out there and then the club, I'm not starting until you leave. But anyways,
I could see. I would love if they got dumber and sillier with these like changes and like.
they almost need like boxing. Just have them each sit in a corner and ring girl, commercial break.
Have a light fall down, a little fucking ring. Whoa, safety inspector. Have a fire marshal walk out, guys. I need to get a head count. We're not doing this match until I get a head count.
I'll get a head count in approximately 2.5, 3 minutes.
Counts 1, 2, 3.
Let's hear from Dr.
4.
Scholes.
Oh, that's we're good. Okay. You have a wonderful night. Okay.
I'm gonna try and.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We're trying to get Marsh. So anyways, 8-man tag.
8-man tag.
Usos, New Day.
D-Bry. D-Bry and Rowan and the Revival.
Yes.
Yeah. And I liked it. It was a good match.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah.
It was, I think, the benefit of these types of matches. Tag matches are good at just having people do spots. It looks cool. It builds it up, and it's fun. That's what New Japan does a lot.
Yeah.
And I liked it a lot. The heels hit each other.
Yeah.
Which is not the first time it's happened the last few weeks. So then Brian and Rowan are out. Then the New Day are out rapidly. Then we have the Usos and Revival, which is like a quick match.
Yeah.
And it was funny the way the commercials came back in was them diving at him.
Yeah.
Cool, we're good, go.
Yeah. Now.
But it's
Yeah, I mean, it was a good match. All of them, once again, great talent.
everyone looked fantastic.
Besides Rowan, who's just big. And
Marsh, are you here with
I
us?
didn't say he was fat.
Yeah.
He's big.
I don't know if they're going to be able to hear me.
We can slightly, kind of hear you.
It'll be funnier if we can't, kind of.
I'm just noticing how far away they sound. The computer's likely too far away from them to hear.
You can hear it.
Guys, can you hear him?
Yeah.
You're talking about us or the audience?
Audience? Anyone out there?
No, the Kevlar and Club. Can they hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up? Welcome to Wrestling on the Rocks.
Woo!
Right on time, every time.
There goes the show.
You already named it.
I hear Mark. Yep, he's heard.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn, I didn't know how we were going to get through this. Whew.
You know what? I wanted to say real quick about with the 2 out of 3 falls and elimination and all that, and the no wrestling over the breaks tip, I think it's great. I think it's super great. And I'll tell you one reason why it really makes me happy is how much Jim Ross gets so bent out of shape on every one of his podcasts about how WWE takes breaks in wrestling. He's always talking about it. He goes, how unrealistic is that? When you win championship games, they say we'll be back and tell you if anything happened. He's like, you take breaks when the wrestling's not happening. He's like, how hard is it to do that? It can't be that hard to schedule commercials around the wrestling. So he's been losing his shit over it, and now that they've done it, he's got nothing to say. And I think it's fucking funny.
They probably did it just to spite him in AEW.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're probably like, you know what, let's shut him up
Well,
one more time.
and like you said it first, or not first, but you said it a while ago that WWE's trying to do things first before AEW.
Yeah.
So if that was his big thing, they probably just jumped in and was like, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah, we're going to do it because AEW's going to do it. Or what happens if AEW's not doing it and TNT's just saying you're throwing in commercials when we want to? And now WWE's the only channel where you don't miss the action.
Yeah.
You know? I just think it's interesting. I think it's funny that Jim Ross has, like, so much died on that hill on so many of his episodes. And then all of his AEW commentating on Double or Nothing was, this is just more real than the other people. This is more action, this is more sports based. Like, he keeps rubbing it in. So I'm really curious to see how it plays out now.
Hey, real quick, what was that noise?
It sounded like you threw up in the middle of talking. Just,
He's drinking, probably.
No, I put something in a drawer. Was it this?
No.
no.
No, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, maybe it was the curtain. I moved the curtain because it was like wide open. That sounded loud.
You should give us an audio tour of your hotel room.
Was that it?
No. It was like deep and it sounded really upsetting.
They wanted it to be a fart.
Yeah.
Good, now I want one.
At least cough.
You can make one happen.
Hey.
I'll just cough. Every now and be like, so, did you guys catch that one or no?
Hear that? I held my phone up to my butt, and now. Anyways, what did you think of the 4-man tag elimination match?
8 tag.
On Raw?
8-man tag.
One of them. We're going to go with Raw first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think if there's anything about Smackdown or like Stomping Ground that I didn't get out during the chat, but I believe I did. I do feel like it's super over delivered for the record. The whole Stomping Ground, everyone was talking shit about it, and I felt like so much better than anyone had expected it to be. So let's see, on Raw, Daniel Bryan Revival. I thought it was really good. I thought the way the Usos got the win, jumping off of Dash Wilder's back into the splash.
Yeah, that was really good.
Like, how innovative is that to do? I mean, you're doing the same thing we've always seen it, and you do it different almost half the time. Like, these are people who've been in the ring for a decade now, and we've seen them a lot more than a lot of other tag teams, and they're still keeping their matches looking fresh, exciting, and innovative. It's just great.
Yeah. No, that was an awesome spot. Used him as a little platform and launched.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah. That was good. Yeah.
On that one, Revival got Daniel Bryan eliminated as well, so it's showing a little tension there. And then the Usos got the win by doing that. Really high-paced match. I thought it was really good. I mean, I thought it was as good as you could expect from those 8 guys, with a short time span to do it. You know,
Yeah.
impressive to say the least.
And by the way, Proper 12's pretty good.
It was pretty good. I saw the old pirate cork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got my notes in front of you. Did you want me to read through the stuff, or did you want me to just chime in from time to time? It's up to you.
I don't care.
Yeah, dude, you're good either way. Because, like, I put your notes into my notes at the end of my notes, so, like, you're just scooting around. I didn't...
His left hand's getting strong.
Yeah. I might be able to write soon.
I've always known you were potentially literate.
Hold on, we're trying to find his notes. There we go, right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So after that,
Miz TV. Did you see the? It was the first spot where
You missed a spot. Ron was pulling a truck to get ready for a tug of war.
Yeah, I did miss that.
Yeah, naturally.
everyone wanted to miss
like
that.
the ambulance, or what was it, the production truck where you heard the hydraulics kick on off screen. You could only see a very specific part of the truck as he pulled it.
Yeah. I was
I was hoping the driver gave a little gas, and all of a sudden you saw the rope kind of just have way too much slack.
shit's in the gear hits. Shit!
Oh shit!
It's gonna be a weird night.
Let's use this. Just have him shake it off like it's nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Missed that, darn. I was gonna say I think we also missed the segment where Miz is coming out for Miz TV and you saw Abby behind him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of little spots for. You didn't see those? There's a lot of the Firefly Funhouse characters throughout the show.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No, I missed all of it.
Evidently, all 4 were there. I only saw 2.
Yeah, there was only 2 on this one and 2 on the next one. So yeah, right here, the Abby witch pops her head out, which is funny because when I was watching it with Michelle, I mentioned I was like, I saw something move behind them, but I just thought it was some production person getting in the way when they shouldn't have. I didn't think to like look at it, and then I saw the picture posted online, and I was like, oh, I see.
And now to think about it, there wasn't a Firefly Funhouse. So
Yep.
Yeah, we're getting closer. So we had Miss TV with R-Truth. R-Truth is like impossibly over.
yeah.
Like R-Truth was the most over person in the entire WWE roster right now.
Yeah.
Did you see after this show they released like 4 or 5 new 24/7 title shirts, or was it 3? 24/7 title shirts, not even our truth ones, just the title.
That's terrible.
What they should do is have a premium one where they send you the title, and you have to send it back,
Yeah.
so you get to be counted.
Well, they've already released a replica title of that. Showed up like a week later after the thing. Still no women's tag titles. No replica of those.
Wait, there's
It took
women's
them
tag
how
titles?
many months to do the Daniel Bryan one? But 24/7, get it out there. They need it.
It sounds like Aleister Black just cutting in.
No women's title.
But like mid-word, just... Okay.
You don't have to hold it there. I think you can just place it on top.
Yeah, it is very...
Speak, Marsh.
What's up? What up?
Okay.
Roll over. Sit.
I'm kidding.
Beg. Beg.
Give it.
We lost viewers.
Yeah. We lost viewers.
Yeah.
Aw.
You ruined the show, Marsh.
Yeah, we were doing fine. We really weren't.
We're down pretty low now.
Were you watching us like while you were like out and like pissed off?
Was I pissed off when I was out?
Like watching the show, you're like, I need to get on here now.
Yes.
Okay.
I put on my headphones at the dinner table with everyone else.
So, anyways,
Yeah. Drake Maverick comes out. R-Truth took the title back from Drake Maverick at Drake Maverick's wedding in a great segment. I loved he's there in the suit jacket, no shirt.
yeah.
Yeah. Drake Maverick comes out despondent that he doesn't have the title.
His precious.
His precious title. Says he hasn't he hasn't spent time with his wife. He hasn't consummated the marriage, which R-Truth thought he said constipated. Great poop joke.
Such a good poop joke.
Yep.
The crowd starts chanting
You
constipation.
know what's kind of sad when I was watching it and thinking about it? R-Truth is a better actor than Miz.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because it's so, his character is so over the top. It works. Miz, when he's like, you're in control. It was like, No, don't do that. You acting excited is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even when Miz was pretending he had an earpiece in, which I don't know why you would do that, I'm getting information from the back. He looked like an idiot.
Sean Mooney was in his ear.
Yeah.
It was clear. He got it from the event center.
Sean Mooney has a thing that goes around the
What do you mean you're pulling yourself? I don't know what I just heard. It's really a stroke.
He's trying to mime.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Miz has looked so bad since WrestleMania.
I know.
It's just getting worse.
Well, they keep pushing him
I was
as a.
going to say real quick, too, Corey on the announce table was saying about Drake. He goes, you can always find a new wife, but you can't always win the 24/7 championship. I was like, Corey, of all people.
You really yeah. Of all the people to make a wife comment.
I missed that. That would have been pure gold.
Yeah. Oh, that's the wife who didn't even get a title out of it.
Yeah, there's only one 24/7 title. You're gonna cheat on your wife anyways.
Yeah.
Might as well cheat to win the 24/7 title.
Yeah, I'm sure with Carmella in the ring, the only thing Corey wasn't thinking about was his ex.
Yeah. Hello.
Behind the curtain.
They now have public photos together.
Ooh.
Together now.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
they're
also
like,
looks like he'd be
now,
sticking-
Which, you know, if they're actually happy together, then that's fine. But
Too bad he can't wrestle anymore.
He used to be
I wish
entertained
he
by The
would,
Miz.
so I think it would cripple him.
WWE works well with the Special Olympics and Paralympics.
That's true.
Meant Paralympics, not Special Olympics.
He can be competitive.
He was talking about, you couldn't hear him, I'm sure. He was talking about crippling Corey Graves.
Never getting a sponsor.
Never getting. I mean. Yeah, that's fair.
So, anyways, after Miss TV,
We had a quick match with Drake Maverick and R-Truth. R-Truth wins. Drake Maverick walks out like a shell of a man.
Oh,
and that
yeah.
was great. And the crowd chanting, na 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 na, hey hey, goodbye.
Yeah, that was
good.
he's holding
Yo,
back
the
his
crowd was
emotions.
weird here, wasn't it?
What?
The crowd was weird this last 2 nights in Washington. I felt like they felt like they were more important than the show so many times.
Were they very fickle?
You could say they were fickle.
I don't know.
Daniel Bryan fickle? Come on.
All right.
Hey, come on.
Oh my god.
Still don't get it.
Did we just get our first damn it clump?
It's not the first. Just covered it okay.
He's drinking now.
I am?
No.
No.
I am. What'd you give me?
Michelle, it's been 10 months.
Did you hear Mars? She did that. Oh no. That was.
Yeah. Hey.
Let's see. After that, the crowd chanted. Yeah, I even put a note in there. Crowd seemed strangely overly involved.
Well,
They were chanting so much, even during Miss TV. Miss is like, really? And then they're all like, really? And they're like, how is everyone in unison and on the same board as this?
Choreographed
They
like
were
full
all
sentences.
One drunk
And...
guy in the front row. That's what they were.
Well, one thing I said about the pay-per-view and the shows is the shows had the pay-per-view and shows had a lot of sections evidently like blacked out for TV, and they were very small shows by comparison.
3,500 people for Raw,
Yeah.
and
Ooh.
it was about 6,000 for Stomping Ground. That's not a small amount.
That for a
That's
WWE
small.
pay-per-view, and I'm not. It's bigger than anything I'm ever gonna get people to join.
Yeah, but we're not getting 3,500 viewers.
Yeah, not at all. But we never will.
35
Yeah.
Hey, we're working our way up.
at the same time.
We got 54 unique viewers last week.
We did.
They didn't stay, but they tuned in.
I know the contributing factor here. I was out last week. Goddamn sinus infection.
But I was gonna say those pictures that were floating around. If you look at the pictures, they're all well before the show starts.
I didn't see any.
Because people were taking pictures of not just the tarped off
There's a
area, but
dog
then they
on
were
your
taking pictures
roof.
of like all the empty seats. And it was well before the show started, before kickoff. Like, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of empty seats until people come in.
Well, I'll look for more. I can get your argument. I'm just like I was gonna say, like, to your point about the crowd. If that's the case, I could see a crowd that seems more important than it because it's like
Like
yeah,
the echo,
it's
basically.
you're playing to a smaller group. You get what I mean? That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
how
guess
much
you're
did the? Because both Raw and SmackDown were all in Tacoma.
They were like 45 minutes apart, I think. They were really close.
No, I mean, sorry. Clump was snorting his drink. I was gonna say how big are the venues?
I don't know. I imagine they were like the like where we saw Takeover.
Because I'm just thinking, because the thing is that if Raw has half the arena full, and it's already a small arena, and you have half of them chanting something, it's gonna sound huge.
Well, and if these are the most smarky people in this area, they're going because they're like they're the most wrestling fans. You sometimes need like a good mix of people who are happy to see it and kids and just a broader scope. When if you have like a show that's like an indie show where it's all the people who just really love this, you're gonna get some weird snarky things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. They probably did feel like way more important because like, look, it's just us.
All 200 of us in camera shot.
Yeah. So after this, we had Roman versus Drew and Shane in a tornado handicap match.
Yes. They had a Barry and a Lacey spot before that, some backstage promo thing where
They're gonna be the new power couple. It was that one,
they
right?
were doing that.
When they were talking about being the new power couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were dirtying up rags.
That Lacey's gonna lose in her drawers.
That's what are down there, drawers?
But yeah, then after that we had the old handicap match. Biggest thing?
It was boring. The crowd thought it was boring too.
No.
Really boring. I walked out.
Yeah.
The Roman match?
Huh?
Roman match?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was
Yeah.
I was really done with it. I went and started cooking things.
Yeah.
And
As soon as the music hit.
then I ran out the kitchen.
Yeah.
But then, out of nowhere, Shane McMahon is on the top rope about to do his coast to coast, and lights go out, and then they come back on, and you hear a gong, and then
Dong.
you hear like two gongs, and then you hear like a third gong, and then the lights come back, and there's the Undertaker.
And he went from doing a coast to coast to a coast to toast. Yeah.
Somebody mute him. Somebody mute him.
Mute him. I'm gonna just start pushing buttons.
This is the smartest thing I said all night, or will say all night.
I will say that, for one thing, one of the most impressive bits was Shane stayed standing on the rope.
Yeah, with the lights out.
Yeah.
For all 45 seconds that it took Undertaker to run down to the ring.
That would have been funny if the lights came up and you just see him on the floor. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah. You just hear a thud. It would have been cool too. You heard a thud, you come up, and there's Shane on the ground. Couldn't stay up there.
I could just see her announcer. Oh, and he attacked Shane too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It appears he's attacked Shane. Undertaker he's looking up at the top and has to look down to see Shane.
Yeah.
Like, where'd he go?
Looks around. Huh? He's supposed to be here.
Yeah. I did think it was funny. Michael Cole during this, he goes, "Whoever in a million years would have guessed this would happen tonight?" Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was one of the first things they haven't spoiled themselves.
Yes.
you know, hey, Undertaker's gonna be here tonight.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, if WWE continues in this, you know, direction with not ruining their own pops, cool. Because the crowd went ballistic.
Yeah.
They went fucking nuts.
I was even like,
Yeah,
oh
that's
shit. Like, is that... Because I heard the gong and I was like, wait. And then the lights went out and I was like, oh my god. Like, that was good, you know. It felt like...
Something like a part of me that felt like, oh, the lights are gonna come back on. It's not gonna be him. You know what I mean? It's just gonna mean to spook Shane or something. You know? Like,
Yeah.
he was there, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. I wonder, is this like a worked long angle, or is this like, hey, after what happened in Saudi Arabia, would you like to come back and do a match that looks okay?
I didn't get the impression, and I'm not the only one, that this was Undertaker being like, I have to get back in the ring and prove that it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
See, I feel that way. And then I started thinking, and I was like, well, is this his actual last run?
I think that that's all part of this. You know what I mean? I think that this was all supposed to be his last run. I think that it was supposed to be dragged out so closer to WrestleMania season. I think that after that match went so poorly with Goldberg that it's like, not let's speed up my retirement, but I need to get my heat back.
Well, yeah, he needed a redemption.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
so now I think they're going to build towards a big one.
yeah, I do too. But like I said, I think.
Thank.
Lee.
Yeah.
I know. No, don't go, Connor. But yeah, I think that this is, going to his last run, and
I think so too.
I think it's he's gonna be maybe not full time, but make more appearances on the Raw
Brock
and
time.
SmackDown. Yeah,
Brock time.
Brock time.
Yeah.
It's time for the Brock party, the Taker party.
Yeah. Have you read who they're speculating his supposed hand-picked WrestleMania opponent is going to be?
Sting. No, I don't know.
Do you want me to say it, or you guys just want to let people?
I want it to be Bray Wyatt, and I want Bray Wyatt to beat him.
That's what I think needs to happen, but no one's saying that. They're saying right now
Drew?
that Undertaker's hand-picked opponent is Drew McIntyre.
I could see it, but I don't want to see it. If that
Yeah, but I
makes
think
sense.
we've really minimized Drew at this point. I don't really care.
I also understand it, but really don't think it's what's best for his actual character. I think it might be best for Drew, maybe, but I think for Undertaker, he can be utilized so much bigger in a final storyline with someone like Bray than a Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think Bray would be big.
Well, because even Drew, like you said, he seems so mentalized at this point. He's barely involved in stuff. And Undertaker at this point has lost a chunk of matches. Like, you need to get away from match quality being the push of this angle and be towards the fear. The fear of the Undertaker is bigger than his match quality. And right now, the only other person who's still protected and that scary would be Bray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that was the thing in the Undertaker back in the day is most people were scared of him. Warrior was scared of him. Hogan, I don't remember if he was actually scared of him. But, the other guys were, scared of the dead man. Wasn't it like Yokozuna that almost like pissed his pants every time he saw him?
He ran out of the ring and shit.
Yeah.
I
Waddled.
don't think he ran. I think he rapidly waddled.
This is the
He
fat
ran to
shaming
the best of
show.
his ability.
Yep. I get it, guys. I have a gym membership. I'm going to use it.
But, I mean, I think that's what's going on here. And like you said, it was the most exciting bit about Raw, I think. And it also was really excited to see them. And I'm wondering if it's a nod of what we can expect. Are they going to start protecting surprises again?
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. If they stay in this direction, great. This is awesome.
I think that this might be really their first true reaction to AEW. Hey, if we're going to be having a competing television show, we need to also be surprising. So it seems like they've shifted away from, please make sure you watch this week so you don't miss this thing. And now it's, you're going to need to tune in so you don't miss anything.
Anything, yeah.
Which I think is a good thing, and they should have done all along. I think why I'm so happy is it was so annoying when they stopped doing that. They would say, oh, this person's going to be here. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? You know, it was the Raw 25, the SmackDown 1000. This person's there, and it was like
canceled too.
Yeah, exactly. But that was the problem with it, is that when you had those, I don't know what you call them, a highlight show, it was I can't turn away because I'm going to miss something.
Yeah.
Whereas when you put it all out there, almost like at the beginning of Raws now, where they lay out the entire show, this is going to happen, don't leave. It's like, well, I'm not interested in this, and this, Whereas if it's just all a surprise,
I'm getting a bedpan.
Yeah, exactly,
I'm not getting up from this couch.
Until you hear Lacey's music, and that's potty break.
Yeah. I agree entirely, and I hope that's where they're going with it. Let's see, after that came the one thing that, to be honest with you, I've seen talked about the most online. Wait, are you talking? Oh, my feed's like a minute behind. So, I started saying something, and I looked at my screen, and there's Kevlar actively saying a bunch of things and moving his arms. Like, oh my god, I'm talking over him. No, it's just what he was just saying.
Bailey buddy.
The one thing that I've seen people talk about the absolute most on here and has the most shit to say about is the next segment, which was Braun versus Bobby Lashley in a tug-of-war, where Braun wins and Lashley beats up Braun, and it ends up, I think, going towards the back or some shit.
And they have that weird, soggy mat.
Yeah, his
look at his feet. He's digging in. And I was like.
Also, we talked about how they put the truck in gear for Braun when Bobby tore the rope.
Yeah,
Bobby did not tear that rope. It could probably pull a fucking boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then was the Bobby Lashley spot where he ripped that rope in half because it was tied to a post?
Yeah.
He's gonna tear this post out, breaks the rope. That's equally impressive, but still fake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, and the thing that got me with that is when they show the rope, it was like a clean cut.
Yeah, perfectly clean, straight cut.
Reducing metal, okay?
Yeah, could have shook that up a little bit. Now, so here's the deal. Everyone's talking shit about this, right? Including Chris Jericho and stuff. And everyone's putting out there because Seth Rollins said all these things on Twitter about how they're the best wrestling in the world. And they put on there, best wrestling in the world, and they're showing this thing. You're like, oh, well, I'm watching Tug of War on my pro wrestling show. This is the best wrestling in the world. Well, I'm watching Tug of War. And I don't understand their fucking problem, to be honest. They used to do these feats of strength all the time.
Yeah. I mean, when they first announced it, I was like, ugh, this is stupid. But then, like you said, it goes back to the not Bruno Sammartino, what was his name? Dino Bravo. When he was doing the bench press competition. And he's just sitting there, bench pressing, and it was like, okay, cool, this dude's a badass, and shows how strong he is. So when they're showing this stuff, it almost throws back to, the golden era when they would show stuff like that. So I was like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And, there are a lot of people talking shit about it. And my initial gut reaction was, like I said, oh, God, this is stupid tug of war. We're not on the playground, guys. But then when I think about it, I'm like, all right, no, it's cool. It's a shout out to, the golden era when, what was it? Not perfect, but Rude and Warrior had the pose off.
Yeah.
And Rude's out there with that stupid flex weight, whatever it was, and, toning it up. And it was like, cool, this is fine. But
yeah, feats of strength and feats of power and stuff. Mark Henry was the same thing. Remember, he used to go up there and rip the, punch the apples. He used to rip the phone book in half. He used to twist off the skillet.
Mm-hmm.
He flipped the Jeep, but it was a crawler Jeep, which isn't hard to flip because it also has super soft shocks.
What they've always tried to establish with those things is not only are our guys athletic, but they're actually legit, incredibly strong, big dudes.
Yeah.
And they're a show. They're a spectacle. It's always been a spectacle. So why can't we spectate?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think it was a really cool segment. I didn't like I liked the initial part when Strowman's I'm just joking and yanks him across because that was awesome. But I didn't like the choke or blinding Braun with the rope.
Yeah.
Over the eyes, the rope over the eyes.
Yeah.
Really cool. Vicious looking. It gave Bobby a mean streak. I mean, he's always had, but he looked meaner.
Yeah, it was a heel move.
Yeah.
I think it's a fine segment, and I think that it's a little low blow for these AEW talent to be talking shit about this segment when they're about to have a pay-per-view that's based around video games. Fucking calm down. We're all here to have fun.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like was the part when Braun was in the middle of the ring and then he like laughs because
Yeah.
he's like standing up. He's got no like momentum or like not momentum but like leverage.
He still has to pull. He doesn't have to just be like,
Yeah. Well, he didn't have any leverage. Like if Bobby literally pulled him, Braun would have fallen on his face. And then that's when he like pulls him, and then Bobby attacks him and stuff. And I was like, all right, whatever.
It would have been amazing if they fucked up in the middle of this.
Those things, it was incredibly impressive. To think that these dudes were able to look like they were pulling as hard as they were, get Braun to the edge of the line, and then be able to have Braun stand up and still keep that rope taut enough, and have Bobby looking like he's still pulling enough to be believable, in what you can clearly tell is not a real situation,
Yeah.
was really impressive. I was like, they must have tried this 100 times. There's like no way.
Yep.
Sorry, I have like an emergency with my wife.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing anything.
Sorry. Okay, I'm alive. I'm Eric. Cool.
You're clumped.
I'm Clump.
Come on, God damn it.
I'm Clump.
You
God
guys
damn
me?
it. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
But no, I think it was a. I wasn't not. I think it was a good. Even if it's silly, it's silly. Silly's wrestling, and I think if you're gonna critique it, we have a lot of silly things that we like. I like the silly shit the Young Bucks, and other people on All Elite do. I also like the silly shit that we have here. Butt plugs out.
That's all I'm saying. It's the whole Glass Houses thing. You guys are about to have a pay-per-view about video games that's going to have wrestling there. Don't talk shit about one segment where they showed how strong their guys were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree 100%. It was an interesting little segment. It didn't take too long. Didn't take away from the rest of the show, and I think a lot of that with AEW is them nitpicking.
Yes.
When they're supposed to be the alternative and not competition, and they're nitpicking at everything.
And when it comes from people like Jericho, it doesn't. I think lately also, I don't know about you, and Marsh, we've not been super happy with Jericho talking lately, and he's been like digging this hole deeper and deeper. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. You were part of this, and you've done some dumb, silly shit over the years.
Yeah.
Like some properly dumb, silly shit, and I've loved it.
The list.
The list.
Yeah.
You got turd.
Agreed.
Speaking of list,
Agreed. But
we went
I think for such a small segment, for as
Nobody-
meaningful or meaningless as you want to say that it was entertaining, and it showed how strong their guys were. And it was impressive that they could pull it off the way that they did.
Yeah.
If you and I tried to do that right now, if they gave us a rope and said, hey, go in there, you make one person get to the edge, and then you like laugh in his face and yank him over it, we wouldn't have been able to pull it off like that.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. I mean, I have one hand right now, so I definitely couldn't pull it off. I can't pull much of anything.
Let's see, but after that, we got a promo with AJ about Ricochet. And then he overhears the club dancing in the No Way Jose line. And
You're having
he
a
gives
party,
them rash
brah.
of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the party. AJ gives them a rash of shit, and they say that they have a match against the Viking Raiders, and they're going to prove him wrong. They get all in his face and let him go to
Yeah.
I'm really liking this AJ Club stuff, although I'm not sure if I like where it's actually going, but I really like that it was like beginning to happen there. We did end up with a match right after that, Club versus the Viking Raiders, which I thought was actually really good, except I also felt that like the Viking Raiders pretty well manhandled the Club.
Yeah. It wasn't stop. Yeah, it wasn't. Like, I like that the club is there
Yeah.
and they're talking about them. They're having their own little segment.
You're on
Looks like
camera.
they're having fun
Yes.
right now, which is cool. But they're just looking like loud jobbers
Mhm.
right now, and it's
Big, loud, ball jobbers.
yeah. I'm not liking it.
Yeah,
You know,
I was gonna say a couple things. Hey, Clump, did you rape the?
Did I rape what?
Did you?
We're on camera.
did you
Don't
notice,
say anything. As your legal advisor.
Graves referred to Carl Anderson punching machine gun-like strikes. Did you notice they called them machine gun?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, call back to Japan.
Heck yeah. In my
and
notes,
then
I also
ultimately
called
the
it.
Viking-
Wait. Clump go.
In my notes, I also called him the Viking Machine.
The Viking machine, yeah.
Yeah.
The Vikings end up getting the win after the club goes for too sweet again. And at one point, Cole calls them the Viking Experience right when they're going for the finish.
I thought that was the move.
Is the move called the Viking Experience?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the move's called the Viking Experience.
Oh.
I thought he was just announcing the move.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that's gross.
Funny.
I think Viking Machine sounds better.
It does.
It sounds cooler.
It's going for the Viking too deep.
Well, plug out.
Let's see. Here's the thing. I wonder if this is the club's final tour of losses in an attempt to devalue them on the way out. And I'm wondering if they're talking so much about how big they were in Japan and how good they were and who they used to be, that might be a bigger way of them trying to devalue them and show that they, quote, couldn't cut it in WWE and then send them back out because they know they're obviously going to go to AEW if they don't sign with WWE.
I hope not.
I can maybe see that, but at the same time, we just saw Goldberg and Taker. So if that's their stance on, hey, let's show people what they used to be, they're not here anymore. Like I said, we just saw Goldberg and Taker, and that pay-per-view should have happened 30 years ago.
Yeah, but that was an attempt to make them look good, and it didn't happen. This is an attempt to make someone look bad. But I think that, I don't know. I just wonder because I know when their contracts come up. I know it's coming up soon, and it's like
I thought they re-signed.
Nope.
there was a rumor that they may have re-signed, but it was based off of their new booking.
No.
They're like, oh, now that they're on TV more, it's therefore they maybe could have signed a new deal, and that's why they're on TV again. And you're like, okay, that means nothing, man.
And
Yeah.
sometimes like there are times where people re-signing and they're not on TV for a while, but there's times where people do get put on TV a little bit before they leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know?
because they got to do something on their way out. A lot of them, oh, you're leaving? Well, cool. Put over some people on the way out. This is helpful to us.
Yeah.
It's always been the way. So that's what I wonder.
Fabulous.
The clean drink.
Can I have another Fabuloso to drink?
What's he trying to do?
He
Fabuloso.
complained about it, how a drink tastes like Fabuloso, but he wants another one.
He drinks Fabuloso.
Yeah. You never asked this. It's a traditional like Hispanic beverage.
It's not.
I've seen him eat plastic.
I believe it.
It's not wrong. This is steel.
Not right.
Yeah. I'm like the goat.
Let's see. After that, we had Alexa and Nikki backstage. Alexa is getting real sassy with Nikki again. Comes back to another one with Naomi and Natty, who are trying to protect Nikki and Alexi. She gets involved at that point too. But I was gonna go back and rewatch it. Alexa like snaps at Naomi, like chomps at her with her teeth, right?
Yeah.
I thought she blew her a kiss. I thought it was
She used her mouth on it.
I
yeah.
thought it was like a chomping your teeth. Like,
I know what I'm Googling tonight.
yeah, let's Google this. Alexa mouth.
Yeah.
Clump
I have a new favorite thing to make Kevlar laugh.
Thanks to everyone that stuck around this shit show called Wrestling on the Rocks this week.
And Phil and Stuff, thank you so
Alexa!
much. Ready?
Not Alexa, Siri. Sorry.
Phil and Stuff, thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime. And we
Hey.
should say, I'm gonna do my best Marsh impression here. If you're new watching us and new joining us, please
She took the gun.
No, it was moved. Not by me.
Marsh. Please put the I in subscribe and the
No in notifications.
the no in notifications.
The U in what?
The you and I don't know me. I tried.
Marsh, can you do it?
What are you trying to do?
I was trying to.
Clump's over there. Put the U and unsubscribe.
No, we didn't skip a week. We're
Um,
shuffling through this week.
Phil, please stay.
F.
Phil and stuff, please stay.
go ahead, smash that Prime subscribe. Do like Phil and stuff, and do Prime and subscribe and stuff.
You Prime subscribed right now. I wish we had the money gun.
I could throw a can
It's
or
by the
something.
lamp. It's by the
It's
lamp.
It's okay.
It's by the
Anyways.
lamp by Clump.
Oh, you really? Okay.
Well, thanks. Cheers.
To the,
Cheers, thank you,
to the
sir.
right of Clump by the red lamp.
You really want this to happen?
They said they wish they had it. I was trying to help.
That's fine.
The other side of the red
That's
lamp.
fine. It has something.
Let's see after that.
It's all good.
You
We
don't
got
have a lamp
Mojo
anymore.
versus Heath Slater.
What's that?
After this, we got Mojo versus Heath Slater.
Briefly, and then we got a 24/7 interruption. Wow.
Wow.
Wasn't that the saddest match you really wanted to happen, though?
I wanted it. I saw Mojo in there. I saw
So
Heath. I was
bad.
like,
This is cool, yeah.
yeah,
Son of a bitch.
I was so excited.
yeah. One
I
has
didn't know I wanted
kids.
to
One
win,
has a
so I was like, oh,
future.
they both
Hopefully.
beat so bad.
You guys gotta let him talk because it just sounds gargled when both of you are talking.
Well, then he needs to shut up.
Well, yeah, go ahead. What are you saying?
No, I was just saying, like, seeing Heath and Mojo, I was excited for it. I wanted to, hopefully both of them got to showcase, and then we got interrupted by Truth.
Yeah.
That sounded very prophetic. It's like philosophical. We got interrupted by truth.
Really make Heath look real, what do you call it? Like sad, people feel bad for, sympathetic. What with him trying to get his job back and all that shit to get the raise. But then the match never happened, and it turned into a big 24/7 segment where Heath, Cedric, EC3, and R-Truth all held the championship.
I was excited when Heath won it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted him just to run away. Like, go, run, take it.
I wanted EC3 to run
Get out
away
of
with
here,
it.
Heath. Go.
And then sadly, Mojo looked like
What do you guys think of the segment? I thought it was really funny.
It was good. I mean, I just didn't like Mojo running into the pole for no reason. I said I didn't like Mojo running into the pole for no reason.
Mojo ate pole.
Yeah, it's really weird. He's been doing that a bunch. On all these segments, I think he's trying to find a way to look legit and to look mean and not look weak and hurt himself in a way. And it's making him look really weird.
It's
Make
turning
it look-
into Goldberg.
That's all the cracks. He's banging his head on the fucking door.
Yeah, no, his new mentor is Goldberg. Just run into a pole, man. You know what your matches are missing, Mojo? Self-made and concussions.
Here's your gimmick. Concussions. But you don't get them, you give them to yourself.
Go.
We're going to have to tell you this every week. We've actually told you this 4 weeks in a row. You keep forgetting because of your gimmick.
Yeah. You're good at your gimmick, but you keep forgetting the gimmick is the problem?
Yeah.
We're in like a Mendo gimmick now?
We also found out R-Truth is now the 9-time.
Yeah.
24/7.
9-time. Yeah. So R-Truth becomes a 9-time. And then after that, we get Ricochet promo. I thought he did a really good job doing his little promo. He came off pretty natural, just like a nice guy, like that you could cheer for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a really good promo. I have some notes on it.
The only note I have on it was that I felt like his cadence reminded me of like a slam poet.
Yeah. That was the one thing I was gonna say is the way he spoke, it was natural and good. It sounded odd, like not talking, but slam poetry makes sense to me.
Yeah, almost like rhythmic, but not on beat. You know?
Please.
But I felt like it was kind of, he had kind of a beatniky way of talking, and I was like, all right.
So they're gonna give him a beret.
And glasses, dude.
Yeah.
He's going French.
Cigar with one of those like weird extenders for the
The filters.
yeah, long filters.
10-inch filters.
Yeah.
How did Phil and stuff know I was gonna not be in town?
I don't know.
Oh, you might have mentioned it last week.
Let's hope.
If there's a random
After
knock
that-
at your door,
Might
Yeah,
be Alistair
now you
Black.
hear a knock on the door. I was expecting no one to be home. What? Like when someone, remember when people used to call me, like, oh, I didn't think you'd pick it up? It's like that thing.
Gonna pull some mojo. Wendy.
Hey, Wendy. Hey, producer.
Let's see. So after that, we get Kofi preparing for his match, and he's stuffing pancakes behind his belt, and it was really funny. And this is actually the second spot where you see Bray's puppet. What's his name? Whiskey Wiley, the vulture.
Waylon Mercy.
That's the one.
Yeah,
What'd you call him? Whiskey? What?
Yeah, Whiskey Wiley.
that's my middle name.
Yeah, he's one of ours. He's in the back. He's behind Kofi, like in a little thing. You just see him poke up. I didn't see him at all. Someone showed a picture, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
See, I missed them. I missed them all.
Did.
I saw Waldo in the front row, though.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was sweet.
Did you see them both on SmackDown?
No, I didn't see any of them.
Really? On SmackDown, we were looking for them because we knew it happened on Raw, and we caught one of them. And I meant to send a picture to Michelle to show her
Who?
the Rock, the
Who?
rabbit.
Yeah.
He shows up at the Sonya one, but after that we get Kofi, Sammy, and KO cutting a promo that I thought was just perfectly done between all three of them.
Yeah. It was good.
And then we got Kofi versus Sammy. Good match, quick match. Looks super strong. Kofi won.
The thing I want to point out with these is I like, because there's been talk about, all the finishers and the signature moves, and I love how that they're, especially Kofi, I've noticed it more with Kofi recently, he's winning with roll-ups, and he's winning with other moves, and it's like the, once again, going back to the other eras, where he doesn't have to perform his finisher 5 times and win. He's rolling them up, he's hitting them, randomly and hitting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree entirely. I've been really liking a lot of the roll-ups and stuff we've been seeing. Even with the promos, the only reason I keep bringing up that these promos are going and they're sounding really good and natural is because everyone's been talking about how they think that everything's so heavily scripted, and we've talked about before how certain ones just came off so overly written and it just seemed like really forced. And lately, I have not been getting that feeling from most of these people. I also thought that the match was really good, just in that it had a lot of really great moves combined with a real fight look. Like, it looked like they were trying to get out of something and into something else. It didn't look like people going from spot to spot. Like, it was incredible selling on both parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, and I was reading somewhere that Kofi's undefeated in singles in Title or Nonsense WrestleMania.
Huh?
He's like 21-0, which is fantastic, and he looks really, really
Did you
strong.
not notice that? Did you not notice that? I was certain, and I even thought that in, God, which match was it?
Well,
There was a match that he had, maybe it was the next one, where I thought, oh man, if Kofi loses this one, it's going to be his first loss since Mania. I don't know if he can handle it.
well, I think like
It was just 2 out of 3 with Dolph.
Yeah, that's what it was. With the 2 out of 3 with Dolph, I thought, he hasn't been pinned or submitted since WrestleMania.
And he was there once.
Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
we're experiencing some technical difficulties, I think.
Technical difficulties.
Hey, what's up? I'm back.
You're back. Are you taking a
Wash your
shower?
What's that? I like to keep a clean shop.
Flush it
We're
to
back.
We good? All right.
Unfortunately, our viewers are not.
I like to
Oh.
keep dropping out, man.
I think it's just us,
What's going
boys.
on?
Oh.
Oh, hey, I'm back.
Welcome.
We're still here.
Woo.
No one else is.
No one else is.
Have you guys moved on to Kofi versus KO?
No, you were saying something, and then it stopped.
Oh, I was just saying that I thought it was interesting in 2 out of 3 falls, and we'll get to that with the Dolph one. My thought, because like you said, Kofi hasn't lost a match. It was a 2 out of 3 pinfalls match. I thought he hasn't pinned or submitted. It's going to be interesting to see him take a pin or submission in a 2 out of 3 fall match where it's like matters but doesn't. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah. But yeah.
And then immediately Kofi challenges or gets challenged by KO.
Yeah.
And it was that allowed them to have the commercial break.
Yeah.
Reset everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was okay. And to be honest, like, I want to say, was it this one that I really, like, I only halfway noticed when they were doing it, but I thought it was done really well.
This was less clunky than the other ones.
Yeah, and I will say, too, that even with the clunkiness of it, I like the idea of it because of how many times they would cut out the matches that I wanted to see, or they'd go to commercial break during something really big. And then, like, Hulu would cut out anything with a commercial break that was on the Smackdown side of things. So it's like, we were missing a ton of stuff from people I wanted to see. And I like that, hey, this is what the show is, this is what the match is, you know?
Yeah.
I think about Bayley versus Ronda. When that was on Raw, we were there live. There was some really awesome submission moves and stuff going on during the commercial break. So I was like, Bayley's a great technical wrestler. We missed half of that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But then KO and Kofi had a really quick and intense fight. Kofi did an SOS to KO on the ramp, which was gnarly.
Mm-hmm.
And beat him with the 10 count.
Which I thought was a cool end because we don't see many 10 count wins.
Yeah.
Nope. You definitely don't see it on AEW. Just kidding.
We don't see too much of anything in AEW right now.
Yeah.
And then Samoa Joe attacks him.
Yep.
And then attacks him
That's
again,
what
gives him the cocaine to clutch.
And Kofi's
Cochino.
foaming at the lips.
Yeah, that looked weird.
What looked weird?
Foaming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Samoa
Great way
Joe
to
gave
sell
Kofi
that move.
rabies.
Yeah.
Like, how awesome.
Let's see.
I'm excited to see where that goes. I think that rivalry is going to be amazing.
Yeah. I think that would be really good. And I think we've talked about Joe. We see him in that main event scene. He should be there and be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
And
we
imagine Kofi and Samoa Joe and Xavier Woods and Big E all yelling at each other on the mic.
Yeah.
Who better, man?
And we saw Joe. We talked about this on with regard to Stomping Ground. Joe with light, more agile people is fantastic.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. So, yeah, the idea of what he can do with Kofi, yeah, I'm in.
And then,
I mean, Joe's greatest rivalry so far is AJ, and he's not huge.
nope. Yeah. Then after that, we had Ricochet and Styles in the main event.
No. That's not true. So after that, they announced Roman and Taker versus Shane and Drew at Extreme Rules. Then Naomi and Alexa
You had Naomi.
with
in
Nikki
that
Cross
same
ringside, which was a short match. Naomi got distracted by Nikki, and Alexa gets the DDT.
Yep.
Alexa gets Nikki to come in and hit Naomi. And then
Even though she
Nikki's
didn't
all
want to.
conflicted and pushes them both. Then Natty comes out to be by Naomi's side, and then they come back to a tag match: Naomi and Natty versus Alexa and Nikki. How'd you miss all this? Huh?
It was there. He just skipped.
Oh,
This is why he can't
Good.
figure it out.
Oh.
I can't figure it out.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Okay.
I was saying about that match though. Alexa took a lot more bumps than I was expecting her to take in a match like this. Really driving home that she's not the fighting force in this team, which I thought was really cool. Just her getting beat up. She gets Nikki in. Nikki does all the work, and then Alexa slides back in to get the pin. Literally sliding in to get the pin without doing any moves of her own. I thought, how smart is that booking wise?
Mhm.
And just that Natty looked absolutely amazing in this match. She looked so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was cool that, like you said, Alexa is almost what I said with Stomping Grounds, showing a different side.
Mhm.
Where it's not, she doesn't need to be in the spotlight, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And it's just showing a different dimension that wasn't there before. And she showed it in
Sure.
Stomping Grounds. She showed it here where, because to me, I never thought before she was like the sneaky to get the win, like being a trickster.
Yeah.
And this was like, okay, I'm gonna tag myself in, sit back, watch Nikki get pummeled for whatever reason, and then Nikki counters, and then all right, I'm going in for the win.
Yeah. Which is also good because, how slimy does that make her look from a heel standpoint? Like,
Mhm.
I'm here for the glory, not for the word.
Yeah. And I did want to respond to Shadow King.
Hey, cheers.
Yeah. Good seeing you. The past few weeks have been a little bit crazy. I know, like, you were out one week, then I was out, and this week March is out. It's not typical, not what we intend to do. So, yeah, apologies for the inconsistent booking with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got sent out kind of.
He's out on
quickly for my
assignment.
job.
Say it again.
I was just, it kind of came up kind of quick as far as this trip going for my work is involved. And from what I see about what I got coming up the next 7 days straight, I'm definitely going to be coming back tired. I did think that while they were celebrating, it was cool that Nikki was looking at Alexa like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Let's see, and then at that point we get AJ versus Ricochet. Well,
I'm not sure anymore, so okay.
Which was great. It was a good match.
Yes, it was a good match.
yeah, it was really cool how the club came out, and then AJ gets all, like, they sort of interfere, but they don't. AJ starts yelling at him, telling them they have to leave, or they're going to stop the match if he doesn't. And then I like when they yelled at him, "You don't need us? You don't need us?" And I was like, oh, well, let's see what happens. And then AJ sends them back, and that's how they get out of the whole commercial break, went on that route.
Yeah.
I was thinking, though, when I saw that, and I was like, oh, I wonder, could be really cool if the club comes back out and either forces the loss or forces the win and saying, this is why you need us, you know?
Yeah. I think it was kind of underutilized in this capacity.
Yeah.
But
I wonder
see-
where they're going to go with it.
But see, I think the problem is that you put AJ, who's been one of the top talents, consistently for the last few years, and Ricochet, who's, the new up-and-comer that has this amazing streak, kind of going on. And, you still haven't pushed AJ as a heel, so you can't just have him, get the win and just steam, just blow him off and walk out. And, I think they wanted the build of respect. Because, for a main event of Raw, you never see anyone helping the other one up and, hey, great match, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. I think they were, to me, they were playing it safe there.
Yeah, I felt it was them because, for one, how was AJ and Ricochet not going to put on a great match? How?
Yeah.
but I did feel it was a little bit of like, let's give Ricochet the AJ rub. And I almost wonder if part of that has to do with the Seth and Will Ospreay shit on Twitter. Because AJ was such a big force in Japan, Ricochet being the quote, to quote Seth Rollins, the better version of Will Ospreay, to be like, hey, these are the top two dudes. Here's major players. Here's your guys' two best, and here they are in our main event. You know?
Yeah.
But it's also weird that AJ would get the win on the first match after Ricochet does the U.S. title win. But I guess it's like really hard to say too. Like you said, they're sort of playing it safe, but it's also weird booking because if AJ's going to win, then why have the match to prove that AJ is in a higher caliber than Ricochet is not important to either one of their characters.
I agree with that. I did find that a bit odd.
Yeah, I thought that was weird that last time we saw AJ was when he was going up against Seth for the Universal title, and then he comes back and is challenging for, you know, the lower tier belt and going after Ricochet, you know, the newcomer. And I thought it was kind of strange as well.
It was weird, but I mean, I even thought, like, I can get the idea of an AJ's going, like, storyline-wise, who I want to match with Ricochet. I don't care if he's a title holder or not. I want to match with Ricochet. That guy's amazing. And he just beat Samoa Joe. I want a part of that action. But if you're a title holder, what are you proving right now?
Yeah.
I did put on there, this could have headlined any pay-per-view. That was my note.
I hope it
It
does.
was honestly just absolutely perfect. And I think it could have headlined even a WrestleMania. I really do. I think it still could.
Yeah. I think it could be built to that. I think it'd be fantastic.
Maybe not for the U.S.
Yeah.
title, but
Yeah, not for the US, but
No,
but down the line. And even then, I was thinking if you still had the Club and AJ together, you can make AJ heel and have a face Ricochet, and man, that could be pretty great.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that brings us to the end of Raw. Unless there's something else you guys want to say about Raw.
I thought it was a good show overall. I thought it was a pretty big show. Like, there was a lot of big events and segments. I thought, I wasn't expecting too much. And I think it's because the past few weeks have been kind of hard to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
It happened. I thought this week was done really well. Usually by the end of it, I'm getting pretty tired, kind of watching, kind of not. This week, I was kind of amped after the show. I literally stayed up an extra hour than I normally do, just kind of sitting up, reading about wrestling and stuff, thinking fuck.
Yeah. So it was cool. And then, what about you? Think it was pretty decent?
yeah, it was great. Like I said, the best part was definitely the Taker spot where they didn't ruin their own pop that I've been complaining about for so long. And, that the matches were good. I'm kind of digging the new formula of, no wrestling and during commercial breaks. And it's interesting to see how they implement the breaks, but we'll see going forward. I think you can go either
I'll be
way.
honest with you, I'm so behind the idea of them not doing commercial breaks. I don't care if they stop trying to figure out a gimmick way to do it. If they were to legit say, hey, we're going to have a short match here, and we won't go to commercial break till it's over, and then it's over, and now they have a commercial break or something, they're just straight out say, hey, we're doing this because we don't want to take a break in the middle of this match. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. I think we'll see more variation and stuff in time. I think they showed us some creative options for it. I think shorter matches will be good. I think longer matches could be good, and they could even introduce an element like if we have a 60-minute Iron Man match, we'll have a pause in it at this specific point.
Restructure. Or start bringing back time limits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this match we're going to have, this one coming up, it's got a 15-minute time limit on it because we got a commercial break in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure this match is over one way or the other before we go to break.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm fine. Say it like that.
That'd be
Why
cool.
does this match only got a 10-minute time limit? Because they got 10 minutes for commercial break, dude.
Well, it'd be great to see the draws with the time limit.
Yeah.
There was no winner. This match is over, and then that can even lead into next week.
Absolutely.
you know, hey, we
They
didn't.
got a 20-minute time limit goes to a draw. When will they fucking get to a finish, you know?
Yeah. You know, hey, we still have unfinished business. Let's go again. On SmackDown, wild card rule. Rah, 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 rah. But yeah, so anyways, but SmackDown.
Started with Kofi segment.
Kofi. Kofi in the morning.
Kofi in the evening. Kofi in the
What are you talking
summertime.
about? It started with Shane McMahon.
Right.
God.
Briefly, I mean, in ring.
That was the beginning of the show. What do you mean, kind of? That's how the show began.
I'm in a pissed off mood. Don't get on my bad side. Yeah.
Yeah. It's opened up with Shane McMahon saying he's all pissed off about them taking Roman.
I mean, you have legit like 10 words about it. So.
But he remembers it all. That's the difference here.
Sorry, guys.
And then we got a Kofi promo. Hey, did you guys hear that one?
Yes.
Yeah, we got a Kofi promo.
He's very sad now.
Yeah, it was,
No, I meant the other thing that happened. Don't worry about it.
Sure.
Excuse me.
Let's see, we had a Kofi promo, and then Dolph comes out and gets a 2 out of 3 falls match against Kofi for later on to try and get in the Extreme Rules match. Because it should have been him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just can't get excited about Dolph anymore. I don't know what it is, whether it's the way they're pushing him, the way he's presenting himself. He's great in the ring. I just couldn't care.
I think
It's
it's
weird because he does so good on all those things, and somehow it just feels like, okay, I'm over that bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel as interesting as it used to.
I agree.
Maybe it's because although he's doing such a good job doing the promos, he's still being so redundant. And redundant without a t-shirt. I mean, if there was a t-shirt out to Dolph Ziggler, should have been me or something, I'd be like, oh, they're slinging the shirt. That's cool.
But who would buy that?
Dude, anyone who should have had a match or a shirt.
Yeah.
You could say this shirt should have been mine.
No.
And you could give it to people.
And then it shows Daniel Bryan and Rowan walking in the back towards the ring, and you can see the husky, hairy Funhouse puppet behind them.
Oh. That's the one I
Don't
didn't see.
miss chocolate.
Huh?
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that one?
No, that's the
That
one.
was the first one I really saw on my own. I was like, there he is! Look at that fat pig! And it wasn't a mirror. After that, we got Miz and Elias putting a promo together where Miz is all mad at Shane, challenges Shane again, said that he's sick of this, and so is everyone else. I just don't think he understands that it's not in the way he thinks. But yes, we are sick of this.
Yeah. We are tired of the people involved in it. The angle couldn't matter.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we get the New Day versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan, which I thought was a really good match. Super crisp.
Yeah.
New Day wins with the Midnight Hour. Sammy and KO come out and attack the New Day. Heavy Machinery come out and help. Boom, 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 boom. Now we have a 17 million person tag match.
And a commercial break.
But when we came back, that's when it
Sometimes
was.
they used to do the things where people would get involved and then they would come back and be like, over the break, the GM Kurt Angle made this a match.
We'll need GMs again.
Feels like,
We'll need GMs again.
that's what I mean. Like, they used to be all this stuff would break out and be like, oh, this is pandemonium, we're cutting the break. And then they come back and be like, they made this a match over the commercial break. It happens so much. I remember every time people would come out, it cut to commercial for no reason. And I would just turn over to my girlfriend and I'd be like, hey, we're going to get a 4-on-4 match right now.
Yeah.
But it feels a lot like they're trying to figure out how to do that again without a GM.
And it's gonna get better. It's just the newness of this.
Oh yeah, I wasn't in complaint about the way the match came to be, but I also didn't know I was all that interested in New Day and Heavy Machinery teaming up against Daniel Bryan, Rowan, Sammy, and KO. But then it was pulled off really well, and I was like, oh, maybe I did want that.
Yeah, it was a really good match. It was quick. Everyone got their spots in.
And naturally.
Yeah.
Which I think is important. I think there's a lot of times we see that stuff, everyone gets their spots in without the naturalness of a fight. And this came off well, I thought. And then I was when they're beating down on Sammy, KO just walks off, and Heavy Machinery gets the win over Sammy. And it was really funny to me.
That was weird. I was wondering if there was going to be further into that.
I feel like KO and Sammy are that way a lot. I feel like KO is that way a lot. He's constantly walking away from Sammy when he's a lost cause, as it were.
Yeah.
After that, we get Alexa and Nikki. Nikki gets a match against Bayley to see if she wins. And if she wins, Alexa gets a title shot at Extreme Rules. And Alexa was super bitchy to Nikki in that segment and said that she has to do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah.
Did we cover how excited I was about Bayley retaining the title in Stomping Ground?
We just assumed it.
I was really excited. You should see how excited I was.
That's how excited he was.
This is how excited I was. Is it up?
What's up?
Woo! Woo! Woo!
I don't see it yet.
Yeah.
No, it was pretty good. It was
Wow.
pretty good.
Oh my. Just do this for 90 minutes.
It was really exciting to actually, to mention that real quick, yeah. I did really like to see Bayley win over Alexa to finally put that on her notch. And so I didn't know how I felt about the idea of this match coming up. Alexa potentially getting another shot at the title. Makes me wonder and makes me feel, is this one of those like old school, I'll do a job for you if you do the job for me? And since Alexa had never done a job for Bayley, and this is one of those, until you lose to me on a pay-per-view for the title, I'm not giving you back this title.
Yeah. Which I'm cool with. I think Bayley's a good champion and needs to have a long reign, honestly.
I do too, and that's what makes me nervous about how this whole thing, the storyline goes. But let's see. After this, we end up with The Miz versus Elias in a 2 out of 3 falls match. And Elias gets the first fall with some Shane distraction. And then Shane gets involved and gets a DQ for Elias. Then they beat down The Miz and then start the third fall for a real quick win. More beatdown, and then crowd chants, no more Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is good. I was happy Elias got the win. I was rooting for him so hard. I don't want to see Miz and them again.
It did feel weird given that last night we had this, now the Undertaker's involved and Roman's involved. It kind of felt weird that Miz just got his ass beat and beat more and beat, and Roman didn't come out to help him on his own fucking show.
Yeah, actually that was my next note, is their crowd chants no more Shane, and then I put, remember, this is meant to promote Roman, a Smackdown star who still hasn't shown up.
Wild card rule.
Like, the wild card rule now at this point is, how do you excuse people from not showing up on their own brand? Now, how do you get somebody to be on a different brand? But this whole Miz and Shane storyline keeps getting pushed to push Shane versus Roman, and Roman has not shown up on SmackDown since this whole storyline happened.
Yeah.
They could build in that where we talk about Roman's attendance. He gets pulled into a manager's office.
Well,
We
you
need
said
the
that.
fighting champion that Seth promised us.
Yeah, he's a fighting champion for sure.
Yeah.
And then after that, we get Finn Balor. Oh, wait, do you guys want to say anything more about that, other than we want it to go away?
Nope, I'm done with it.
You know, I thought it was cool that the crowd chanted "No More Shane" because I thought
Yeah.
that was a little more specific than "boo," but and I think that it almost highlights the idea of that quote "go away heat."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, I was talking to Kevlar about it earlier. I think that might be by design. We might all be getting played on this Shane McMahon thing. I feel like the overbooking of him, the overexposure of him, the overwhelming wins of him, his overwhelming violence, the amount of time he's had on TV, I think are all things they know upset the fans, and that's why they keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I think it is a work, and we talked about it earlier, where I think, you know, it's you chimed in on it when it's work to put over Roman because people hate Shane more than they hate Roman right now.
Yeah. And now Roman's your hero.
Yeah.
And now Miz is the voice of you. How do you get these people to be baby faces and get people to cheer for them when no one likes them?
Yeah.
Well, now Miz is the voice of the people because now he says, your booking sucks. And now Roman is the fist of the people because he keeps beating Shane and his minions, and he'll get through it, and he'll be our champion. So now we like Roman, but it's really just, no, we hate Shane, and I don't know what's going to happen once that Shane thing ends.
Yeah.
Do they keep that? But because of that, I do think it's a work, and I do think that they are playing all of us who say they're not paying attention to what we want. I think they are.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said to book Roman differently, and he's being booked way different now.
Yeah.
Well,
it's nice that I think it's a good, I think it's a work. I hope it's a work. I like that it's main event adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say that too. And even, we talked about it when Roman came back. I want to cheer for Roman. I want to support him, but if they book him and throw him down our face the way that they have, I'm going to have a hard time doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're not.
Mm-hmm.
He's not on both shows. He's not coming out a lot. He's coming out to defeat these people we hate. Strong. In a strong match, he was going to defeat them. Okay, maybe I'm actually going to start cheering for him. It's funny because ultimately they're using his old booking to get him over because they realized how much it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, and I said about Stomping Grounds that I feel like seeing him in vulnerable spots makes him look so much more compelling because he sells so well than seeing him be a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I do think my problem with him is that he does sell so well, and he does do so few moves that it looks like he's just getting the absolute tar kicked out of him. And then all of a sudden he jumps up, does two things, and it's over. And it's like, why didn't you just start with those two things?
Damn it, Hulk, why don't you just do the leg drop?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, everyone else can get a leg drop off. Why can't you until the very end? What's going on?
Yeah.
After that, we got Balor, who is talking about Andrade, and then Shinsuke comes out and challenges. Well, kind of gets in the face of Finn, and then does a too sweet to the IC title. I thought this was amazing.
Yeah, I loved it. It was the same thing he did with AJ in the US.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is great. Another Japan reference again. Shinsuke's back on TV, which has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
In all black.
yeah. And him and Finn obviously have a rivalry that's gone back.
Mm-hmm.
And this is probably one of the most exciting segments I saw all week.
Yeah.
On both Raw and
this
SmackDown.
This one I got really excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On both Raw and SmackDown, I saw this and I was like, oh shit, sweet, great, Shinsuke, Finn, cool, go.
Yeah.
And instead,
Yeah.
that's all that was. Welcome back, Finn.
Yeah. Well,
Yep,
both
yep.
of them, honestly.
Mm. But I'm drinking an Irish whiskey.
Fair.
If I was drinking what was that song?
Fabulous.
Yeah, I was super
Welcome
excited.
back,
I was
Shinsuke.
trying to figure out. I don't remember. Did Shinsuke and Finn ever have a match before in WWE?
NXT, they did.
Yeah.
That's
obviously.
right.
And
they did get face to face in the old NXT.
Yep.
And in
Or did they tease it and not do it?
No, because that was Finn's last match in NXT was against Shinsuke.
Finn's was against Shinsuke, and okay, Finn's last match was against Shinsuke. Shinsuke's first match was against Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Let's see. Still learning this app, so learning how this stuff works. It says right now Shadow King has started hosting us. Not exactly sure what that means, so I'll have to look it up and read into it, but whatever it is, awesome.
Cheers,
Super
Shadow
exciting.
King.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And or ma'am.
Thank you, Miss or Miss King.
Thank you, sir, and or ma'am.
Um,
You got it down.
thank
Sorry,
you,
Kevin.
or lady.
I almost did the whiskey gargle that
That would have hurt.
Jericho talked about. Oh,
What? The whiskey gargles?
gargle. I'll send you this article. Jericho talks
Okay.
about how he used to challenge fans when they'd meet him at a bar to a whiskey gargle contest. So
Oh, yeah.
the fan would go first and start gargling, Jack Daniels for like 45 seconds, and then swallow it and be, all belligerent. And then Jericho would do it, and he'd only show him like the right side of his mouth, and out of the left side of his mouth, he'd be spitting the whiskey out as he's gargling it. So he said by the time he was done for 3.5 minutes, he would just basically be swallowing fumes and saliva.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say that he would do it and they would go for like 45 seconds and then he would just gargle for like 2 seconds, or like you would just do a shot. Like, well, you win.
You win. Congratulations.
Good job.
Yeah, you beat me.
So this dick punching contest.
After that, we ended up getting Bailey versus Nikki.
It was a good match.
Yeah.
It was not bad. It was not a bad match. It did feel a little sloppier than I was expecting out of the two of them, to be honest. But at the same time, the ending was then a little bit sloppy, which really fed into the unexpected win of Nikki, which made me wonder if it was like intentionally looking like kind of hard to follow the movements,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you giggling
His
Hold on.
notes.
at? Oh,
I drew him.
that's great.
But Nikki does get the win. It was unexpected. It looked like Bailey was trying to get some kind of roll up on Nikki, and Nikki did sort of this weird reverse thing of it, and looked like it confused Bailey into not realizing she was pinned. And it was pretty good. It was clever. Then Nikki celebrated for a really long time, which could have been a commercial break.
Yeah.
I thought it was a
But,
commercial break.
Thought it was.
Sly Rai, 18.
Uh-huh.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Yep. Why do you think WWE is dying? We'd love to talk about that. Butt plugs out.
There goes all the fun.
But this does lead into Alexa getting a rematch at Extreme Rules against Bailey. I do hope they push this into a storyline where the match could have some sort of stipulation.
Yeah, I mean, it's Extreme Rules. I sure hope so.
Yeah, I want there to be stipulations right now. I've got
This
a few
normal
matches
ass match.
marked and no stips.
It's going to be an Extreme Rules 2 out of 3 match so we can get our commercials in.
Yes.
We gotta tell you about the damn shirts you're gonna buy tonight.
What's this one brought to you by? WWE Universe? Download the
Yeah.
app.
Mm-hmm. And Preparation
Let's
8.
see. After that, we got. Was there anything else you guys want to say about the Bailey Nikki stuff?
No?
No?
Uh,
I didn't like the end of it where she's like, I want to call Alexa. I mean, it's probably just like, I don't care.
I thought it was kind of funny during the celebration. Like, Corey hands her phone, or his phone, and she kind of is like, "Ugh," and throws it down. She'll see it. I thought it was kind of funny, but
Well, and Corey talking about Alexa, like he talks about Mandy Rose and talks about Women, it's frustrating and bleh.
Yeah, it almost seems, especially with Corey being the one to do it, it almost like a little slimy. Put her number into my phone.
Yeah.
We got a few
But,
comments here. Sly Rye responds saying that viewership is dropping and the champions are bad. Says Kofi that they don't like Kofi. Well, I'd like to know why. I think Kofi's a decent champion. I personally think of the champion Seth's a little bit weaker, but that's me. Then again, also this isn't to knock the brand or the company. We want them to grow and become better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as wrestling fans, we want a better product. And
Absolutely.
I think truthfully this week the product has been better compared to last year and months prior. And basically going just back to the Undertaker thing. Just not ruining our own pops. The champions, some champions you can consider weak or you don't like, and it's fine, but that's the great thing about champions is that, it's not the only one we're going to have. It's a revolving door.
Yeah.
Kofi's eventually going to lose. Seth's going to lose. Becky's going to lose. It's the way it is, and, hopefully storyline-wise, we can keep up and be entertained by it and hooked into it. And, I'm not knocking, if you don't like Kofi, you don't like Kofi. That's your opinion. I don't like Seth, and I like Seth, but I don't like him as a champion. Yeah.
No. He's better chasing, he's better as a heel. I mean, and it's like, if you don't like, you can also vote for or root for the person going against them.
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
idea of voting. I'm
Well,
voting for my champ.
it's the sports aspect.
Yeah.
Hey, I like this guy. I don't like that guy. Said guy is going against, somebody else. I'm going to root for the somebody else because I'm rooting against that person. If that makes sense. Forgot to carry the one.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm trying to say.
Are you doing Steiner math?
I think so.
You got a 66 and 1/3% chance of winning. But on top of that, Wadma.
Yeah, and I think right now Kofi's a pretty easy champ to get behind as
Oh,
far
yeah.
as like cheering for, positive, and like not only is he coming off as like the overly positive, the power of positivity type kind of champ, but he's also coming off very real with an edge in his promos, which a lot of talent I think has a really hard time balancing. How do you be edgy and still be friendly?
Yeah.
And I think that he's figured out a way to really do that. So I feel like he's an easy champ to get behind, but at the same time, yeah, if you aren't behind him, then you root for Dolph. And just like, I think it was really kind of funny that you brought up that this week felt really strong to all of us, I think, the three of us, where previous weeks have felt kind of weak. What's kind of natural for every TV show, even your favorite show that you've ever seen, there's a couple episodes in those seasons that are just not as strong as the other ones. It's just kind of neat to watch it grow the way that it is, and right now they're on an upswing, and hopefully it keeps going that way,
Yeah.
Speaking of champions, right after that we had a 24/7 spot with Drake. I believe this is the one where Carmella finds Truth hiding in was that a penalty box?
Penalty box, yep.
Wasn't that right after that Ember Moon or that Sonya segment with Carmella?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where?
And that Sonya section, which had the last puppet, had the rabbit.
Yep.
Rambling Rabbit was behind Sonya.
Yep.
Which I also thought was interesting. If they build this up right, you could end up having Ember Moon and Carmella as a pretty fierce tag team against Fire and Desire, and ultimately get those tag titles moving to people who have an easier way of telling stories.
Ember Moonwalk could be their name. Did I just make you that was a positive reaction. I made him react positively.
Oh, you should see how positive.
Oh.
I'm confused and scared and excited.
Come knock on my door.
No. Marsh, I can only do a masturbating symbol with my hand now, just so you know, so this kind of works out.
Check out how I hold up this towel.
No, put the towel back on, please.
No. Okay.
Police sirens in the distance.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Ember Moonwalk.
Yeah.
But let's see. And then Drake comes over and says that he's really sad about not having the title. R-Truth says, I'll give it to you anyways. And I was like, psych, and ran off. And then Shelton Benjamin comes over and pops Drake Maverick in the eye with his elbow.
Yeah. That was
I
weird.
thought it was an alright spot. I actually thought the women did better in this spot than the 24/7 stuff, just out of interest. It was all really entertaining either way, though.
I feel like they're building Drake up to be this, like, it's gonna be him being the sad sack like Eeyore, and I'm not sure if I think it's funny, but it's like they're rapidly like making me kind of like, okay, I'm gonna hit him in the face.
Yeah.
Do you think they have an end game for the 24/7 title? Like, do you think that Drake getting the 24/7 title and then dissolving it at some point because of this? Do you think that's where they're going?
I hope not. I actually, as much as I didn't like the title initially, it's some of the best parts of the shows, like this week.
Yeah, but just with Drake's character and R-Truth's character being so entwined in this, it made me feel like the ultimate win for the 24/7 title is going to be Drake. And what if that's kind of how if he gets the 24/7 title and somehow, because he's the GM of 205 or some crazy shit, does this whole like, I'm not defending it kind of a deal and is able to hold on to it and make it a different thing.
I think he should win it and then drop it and pull R-Truth into a loving, passionate embrace and say that the real trophy or the real championship was him.
No. Hard no on that.
It should have been Drake all along.
Oh no, the
Let's
fucking
see,
in the ring.
After that, we do get Ember versus Sonya in a match that was really short.
Yep.
Made
Made Ember look very weak.
I was hoping. Who came off weak?
Ember.
Ember? Yeah, I kind of felt they both sort of did.
Yeah.
It was kind of a clunky match. It was sort of a brawl style, which was nice for a second. And then Sonya gets the win, and Mandy gets googly eyes, and it was really weird.
Yeah, that part's getting a little weird.
Yeah.
Cause, Sonya, she plays for her team. It's clear, and the way she like is looking at Mandy, like stroking her hair, embracing her, and stuff like that. It's like, is this gonna be some weird, awkward, interaction between them?
I've worried about it because of what month it is, and like, Sonya wasn't wearing the Pride stuff until Pride Month, which isn't bad because that's fine and she's part of the community and that's great. But it's more of my worry is not her, it's how WWE might handle it because of like Seth and Becky, where it felt more pronounced. I don't want it to become like a token thing where this person's like, oh, you're this, you represent all of these things, and that's not really cool. And so I didn't pick up too much on that, but the hearing that, and I could see that kind of does. I don't know.
To me, it feels like one of those like movies you watch where it's like a one-sided affair, and then it blows. Yeah. And it blows up in one person's face, but I think with today's society, that aspect is, if they're going with Sonya loving Mandy and Mandy's just like, oh, you're a friend.
Aw.
Like I think that's just
That'd be cool.
It's a double-edged sword in my book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to be Billy and Chuck.
To poke a hole in Clump's idiocy again, she's been wearing the rainbow towel in her back pocket since before WrestleMania. Because she even did a thing talking about how much it meant for her to be wearing the rainbow in her back pocket in the WrestleMania Battle Royal that she was in. She's definitely been sporting it for a lot longer. The T-shirt with the Pride Month colors every superstar got a Pride Month color version. She's just wearing it out there because of how instrumental she is with that community.
Well, didn't she
and how
also
prideful she feels.
have it around her trunks?
Yeah, it wasn't as pronounced when it was her trunks because it was like an edge thing, like around the trim.
Yeah, just the trim.
Once she went to the black pants, she's been keeping a rainbow like scarf in her back pocket.
Oh, my bad, my mistake, and that's an error on my part. I apologize.
But everything else does make sense. Yeah, I'm nervous about this potential storyline. I was annoyed at this match just because I was hoping with two talent like Ember and Sonya, I was like, oh, this is going to be really good. And then it was really short and clunky and not great. And then it ended really awkwardly with the Mandy Sonya thing. I was like, I don't like this 10 minutes.
I was waiting for Sonya to go in for a kiss.
Yeah, Corey.
Huh?
And Corey. I thought he was going to come running into the ring and stand between them.
3-way kiss.
Yeah.
I just.
Yeah.
I wonder at what point can we get away from an announcer like Corey, because it isn't really funny. It seems so out of this era now.
Misogynistic.
Yeah. Like it's more than Jerry Lawler, because Jerry Lawler at his worst at the very least had old man vibe, and it was so crazy. It was like, okay,
horny old man vibe.
Yeah, but with Corey, it comes off skeevy and like
pedophile-ish almost.
Like the guy who hangs out by high school in their truck, who graduated 2 years ago, and is like, "Hey girls, what's going on?
You wanna come party in my van?"
Yeah.
Like from Dazed and Confused, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that was the thing about Jerry Lawler is he always seemed so excited that women would be doing these crazy things, and that's what he loved. It was this weird, like, oh my God, their boobs are out. This is so good. Where with Corey, he's more of a like, I hope I can get this person to cheat on somebody with me, you know?
Yeah.
And you're so like, Lawler never came off like he was actively going to be trying to sleep with these people, and Corey does.
Yeah, Corey. Yeah.
And then he gets mad at the ones that don't sleep with him.
Yes.
Corey's
and
David
Lawler
Schwimmer.
came off like the kind of dude who was really excited to be in a strip club.
Yeah. Very specific joke that he might get.
Yeah. Puppies! But apart from that, yeah, I'd like to see this turn more into a tag team situation and a Mandy Carmella thing, because it's just been a little weird.
Ember Carmella.
Yeah. And I think Ember deserves better than that, too. So.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, a lot of times it's about patience, right? I mean, if Kobe's taught us anything, if you're patient and work hard and go through it, then you can still end up on top, just if you're not booked well for a couple of years.
You just gotta wait 11 years, and then your time will
Yeah.
shine.
The other thing that was, I think it was Cole brought it up. Kofi has something like 1,500 days as a champion
Yeah, total.
between all of his title reigns.
Yeah, which to me is a little jaded because a lot of those are the New Day and the Freebird rule with the 3 champions. But
Well, he also had tag titles with Evan Bourne and CM Punk. He also had Intercontinental and the US. Yeah, and the US.
Yeah.
So I think.
But as the New Day, they were the longest reigning tag team champions. So if they're going by days, half of or close to half of it's the 3-man tag rule. Yeah.
No, if you're going by days, that was almost a year, right?
I thought it was
You're
over a
talking
year.
best of- Was it 500 days?
Over a year, I think.
500
No, I'm
days.
saying,
was
was it
over
like
a year.
500 days total that they were champs?
No, summer
I thought it was just barely over a year for one. But,
Let's see.
I mean, even then, you're talking about maybe a third of all those days being a tag champion with the New Day.
I'll look at how long a year is.
Yeah. After that, we got...
They had it for 483 days.
Yeah. So 1,500, that's like only a third. That's pretty good still. Let's see. After that, we ended up with an Aleister Black promo, which I thought came off really weird.
Up until the knock, it was a really annoying promo. I was like, oh, I'm so done with this shit. He just seemed angry and like.
No one
complained.
wants to challenge me. It should have been me.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it didn't make sense. Why? Who the fuck are you, dude?
Challenge me.
Fine, Goth Dolph. Whatever.
Yeah.
And his whole thing was that, like, hey, all I want is a fight. I just want someone to come in this closet and fight me. Like, it was this crazy thing where it's like 100% of the time that wrestlers have thought they wanted more competition or wanted to be in more wrestling matches or anything like that. They've always gone to the ring and said, I'm not leaving this ring until someone comes out here and makes me, and then a match happens. So what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah.
He's hiding in the closet until somebody knocks.
Yeah.
My money is it's on Goldberg banging his head into the door.
Yeah, that'd be good. Goldberg's like, whoops, I thought I was going out.
Yeah. Oven's done. I have concussions.
Yeah. Then he has that weird herpes smile.
Herpes smile?
I did think that I agreed. I was really not into this promo as it was going until the knock happened, and I was like, okay, this just got interesting. But then he just looks at the camera and it goes away and nothing happens, and I go, oh, never mind. They killed that pretty quick. Like,
It was a
do
ding
you
dong
think it was
bitch.
the right move to do a knock without a payoff?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't feel like that was the right move. I feel like if you do the knock, you have to announce who it's going to be.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you guys think it's going to be?
Randy Orton.
I think Randy Orton would be a good one. Let me tell you what people are speculating.
But see, I don't think Randy Orton would knock. I think Randy Orton would just kick the door in and RKO.
That's fair.
That's true too.
If I had to pick somebody right now,
Yeah.
I'd probably think Ali.
And he's trying to help him?
Yeah,
That's weird.
he's walking around the streets of Chicago, I'm thinking it's Chicago, watching different crimes happen and not doing anything about them, and just walking
Staring.
away. Yeah.
It's a very...
That's domestic violence.
Yeah. It's a very white privilege thing to do, just, you know, like...
Yeah.
You used to be a cop, too. I could understand you getting involved, but that's very much like,
Yeah.
shit, that's a thing. I'm going to stare.
I think that's the weirdest promo. He just keeps watching crime happen and just staring at them.
And the lady who dropped the bottle, is it that she dropped the bottle because she's done drinking, that she passed out because she drank too much, or that she's like, holy shit, this dude, and dropped it?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, he just likes to watch people suffer.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a voyeur. His gimmick is he's a voyeur.
Was it GTV? It's back.
Yeah.
I think it's Ali.
I think it's all that makes probably the most sense. I was thinking maybe like a Rusev or a Shinsuke, but then Shinsuke did his other thing, so I was like, oh, I don't know now. And then right now the internet speculation is Cesaro,
Really?
which I don't. Yeah, and that's what I thought. As soon as I read it, they're like, oh, it's rumored to be Cesaro. I was all like, why? What's this whole Cesaro having something to prove with people who are unproven talent?
See, that's the thing that's bothering me. That's the thing that bothered me with Cesaro versus Ricochet. Is Cesaro's got something to prove. Why? He's a I don't know how many time tag team champion, Intercontinental champion. What does he have to prove to an up and comer?
Well, maybe they made his former tag partner the benchmark for NXT. Maybe they're making him the benchmark for the main roster.
Yeah. Sheamus, we miss ya. Irish whiskey.
Yeah. Come on, wild.
Except for Liverpool.
But I don't know. I guess we'll see where it goes. I just wish that if you're gonna have the episode where someone knocks and stuff, that you'd also at least say, "I'll see you next week" or something. Like, I don't think that it's the cliffhanger they think it is by having Aleister yell and scream and beg for this thing and then get a knock and then nothing. Because it could also just as easily be the janitor trying to put his shit away.
You know what just popped in my head randomly about that?
So what do you think this feels true?
Is the theme song for Three's Company. Come and knock on my door.
It's John Ritter's corpse.
Yeah, exactly.
John Ritter's corpse.
Yeah. John Ritter and who was it? Dustin Hoffman. What's his name?
Dustin. Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper.
We got informed earlier, you missed it, that Dennis Hopper died. Not
9 years
recently.
ago.
Yeah, it's been a rough 9 years. I'll tell you that.
Come and knock on my door.
Just wanted you to know.
But after that, we got Kofi and Dolph in a 2 out of 3 falls match. This will bring SmackDown to a close. The first fall went to Kofi. Dolph then beats on Kofi and gets a second fall real quick after the bell. And then they fight for the final one, which I thought was a really great exchange for the finish. Getting the win with the Trouble in Paradise after they were ducking each other's moves. They were both avoiding so many moves in a row, and then went into the to the finish. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
It was a good match.
I also liked that it put a finality, hopefully, to the idea of Dolph going for this title right now.
Yeah.
The idea of Samoa Joe and Kofi seems cool. Although I will say this as a side note, because it didn't really come up the same way, was the idea that on Raw, Samoa Joe attacks Kofi Kingston, and then before SmackDown, WWE tweets that the match is official, Kofi versus Samoa Joe. I didn't like that. I felt like you could build more of a build for it, make people want the match, or we all want the match anyways, but just from like a promoting standpoint, and just from a character standpoint, I don't like that Kofi's the kind of person you can beat into giving you what you want. You know, if you attack him, okay, give him a title shot. What? I want him to stand in the ring and say, it's not going down like that anymore. You can't just beat the shit out of me and come for my title from behind my back. You need to stand here in the middle of this ring and challenge me and sign this contract. You know what I mean? Like, he should have made Joe chase it a different way.
Yeah, we'll see. And this is the thing that bothers me with what happened on Raw and then what happened on SmackDown, where, you know, Joe attacks Kofi, Joe gets a title shot, then if Dolph wins, he gets, you know, added as a triple threat. The whole time I was waiting for Joe to run out there and then attack Dolph so that Kofi wins.
Yeah.
So it's a one-on-one. You know, it would have been a perfect heel thing to do. He goes out there. Everyone thinks, oh, he's going to hit Kofi again. He looks at Kofi, you know, maybe not gives him the finger, but kind of smirks at him, and then smacks Dolph. And they're like, all right, winner by disqualification, Kofi. All right, it's a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which would make more sense. Also, the fact that Dolph has to win a match against the champion to get in the match, where Samoa Joe just had to jump the champion from behind and choke him to death, and then run away to get a match. It's like one of those things is not as competitive as the other. So, as much as I'm excited about Samoa Joe and Kofi, I think that the writing of getting to that match could have been done better.
What do you mind?
I'm teaching Kevlar how I write.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it a wiener?
No. Because I can barely write, so.
That's on Being the Elite.
Yeah.
Segue.
Yeah, there was a penis bit on Being the Elite this week. With Joey Ryan.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Yeah, he did a dick flip suplex on Chris Daniels.
Do you think that... Yeah, I saw that. That was ridiculous. And Disco Inferno.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, penises.
Do you think that once TNT goes live that they're going to have to stop doing those?
I don't... I think that they... I'm not 100%. I could see Joey appearing in things. I don't think Joey will appear in that in a lot, though. I don't think Joey's going to be in long runs or title reigns or things like that.
Well, Joey can't go on AEW. He won't sign with them.
No, but I mean, like, I could still see him being on Being the Elite. I could see him do weird one-offs, too. You know? Because
I don't, because I don't think that you can put a character like that on there for one episode and not do the wiener stuff. And the whole reason he can't sign with AEW is because they can't allow that wiener stuff to be on TNT.
well, they had a version of Joey Ryan on Lucha Underground. It didn't have the full dick flip suplex, but they had like he was sleazy as hell. He'd pull his lollipop out, put it in his trunks, give it to the person.
That was Lucha Underground?
Yeah, and that was on cable.
That was on TNT?
That was on El Rey.
Oh, have you seen what else was on El Rey?
Still has to meet the same standards as TNT.
No, it doesn't. The standards are set by their sponsors, not by the channel.
Fair, but the same the same restrictions may apply depending on their sponsorship as well.
This is why we're not
Depending on,
getting
it's usually by how big, right? So
Yeah,
like
too
El
many
Rey
big
is a
flips.
relatively small channel. Imagine Smackdown in the Attitude Era. They were signed to UPN, if you remember that.
Yeah.
Which later became the CEW. It's because it was such a small channel with so little viewership and so little sponsorship that they could let them do whatever they wanted on there because they were just trying to get viewership. Once you're as established as a WWE and a TNT and a USA, now you're not trying to build a thing, you're trying to maintain and grow a thing where people on that level of CEO, they have specific standards.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that El Rey is not going to be held to the same standard as TNT. So I don't know that we can judge Lucha Underground with TNT, especially considering Lucha Underground had a ton of blood. And TNT's already said they're not going to allow blood on AEW.
I got you, but what I'm saying is, I would like to see it. I could see it, but not to the extent of it. So I'm not sure. You know?
Yeah, I see that. I would think that if Joey Ryan were to show up, he wouldn't be able to wrestle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he could show up as a character who walks through, and it's like an ironic thing that he showed up on the show but doesn't do anything. But I couldn't see him being the actual Joey Ryan that we know. I don't even know if he could even use his name effectively through
Fair.
TNT. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Real quick, before we keep going on AEW, do you guys want to say anything else with the Kofi Dolph stuff or anything like that?
I am kind of.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful it's over.
Yeah.
Like, I like these talents, but I kind of don't really care about seeing any more of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want Dolph to move on to a different storyline because I do think he's so good, and I do think this Should Have Been Me thing is a little weird and stale right now. I'd like to see him grow in that somehow, some way.
Yeah.
I just don't know what direction that is, but I'd like to see him do something with somebody else because right now we've only seen him with Kofi since he's been back. But so yeah, we can talk about AEW and Indies and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think, I'm guessing because I haven't seen anything about it as far as TNT having their copyright stuff like they did of Double or Nothing. I don't think that TNT owns the being the elite name or show or anything.
I agree, and that's, again, why it might be a bit separate of things too, and it's really a travel show more than anything. It covers storylines, but it's a very broad topic thing, so yeah, and I don't think that'll change. I hope it doesn't, because it's something that's brought a lot of people in through different avenues. It's one of the things that's kind of more inventive about them,
Yeah, their YouTube stuff. No, but also makes you wonder if TNT starts owning the rights of some of these characters and their ability to, in AEW as well. Can you put them on a YouTube channel and be okay with that?
I don't know if they'd be owned by TNT or AEW, though.
I mean, neither. But I don't know what kind of restrictions they're going to have, because Double or Nothing was pulled because of TNT's copyright stuff. Had nothing to do with AEW.
Fair. We'll have to see
Yeah.
in time. My hope is that there'll be a balance, because then again, we also have Fyter Fest and Fight for the Fallen, which are going to be free on YouTube. And if you are a network and you have control over any content, why not control every content bit?
Well, I'm wondering if it's tied into the start of the weekly show. Beginning on, we have this,
Yeah.
Like, once it's a weekly show, because they've even already said things along the lines of they're not going to be allowing as much flipping through promotions. That it's going to be a lot more specific to international stuff, and that they might, at this point, it's unknown if they're even going to allow Moxley to bring his his Japanese U.S. title to America.
I don't know if Moxley's gonna win the G1. I think he might get far in the G1, and if he wins it, I don't know if he's gonna win it Wrestle Kingdom. They put him in a Group B, which does not come to the U.S. So part of the questions with Moxley and NJPW were some of the G1 event will be held in Dallas.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be in that group, so he won't be wrestling for NJPW in the United States. That's part of their contract restriction is if you're wrestling in the U.S. on TV or wrestling in the U.S. on TV or in the U.S. and you're at this level, you are wrestling for us.
Exactly, and that seems a lot more restrictive than they let on, so it makes you wonder what these contracts are going to end up being like. The other thing is that I don't know that Moxley's going to be able to bring his U.S. championship to, like, Fyter Fest.
Well, keep in mind, the other thing is when we say, like, then they let on, a lot of this is, the leading on component is a lot of dirt sheets and rumor. A lot less of it is based on their statements.
And their statements. They've said a bunch about the running around, which doesn't bother me if these contracts are going to be more restrictive than they let on to believe, but it just makes you wonder what product are we getting, and is Moxley going to be able to show up with that championship? I think that's the most interesting thing to me about Fyter Fest coming up, because I don't think they're promoting him as the IGPW champion or U.S. champion.
Fair. We could see, and again, I think I get part of why they were doing it, but I think a lot of it is still speculation. We'll see.
Yeah, I want to see how it plays out. The other thing was that someone was asking Jericho about AEW restricting his ability to go to the Dallas G1 thing, and his response that he was never on that card to begin with. That was never a booked show for him. But that didn't mean to me that he wasn't not allowed, because he was trying to insinuate that they're not restricting my ability to do it. He was just saying I was never on the show. But it sounds like to me you weren't on the show because, for one, you wouldn't be allowed to. Like, it wasn't like you got pulled from something. You were never booked on something, and that's different. I think that's the distinction he wasn't being clear about.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm just curious to see how it all plays out. I'm wondering if it's going to be a lot more restrictive than people are anticipating. Did you see that WWE is going to be putting on an Evolve event on their network at the same time as Fight of the Fallen?
Yeah, it's the anniversary event. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Surprised at how many people have been lashing out about it.
I haven't seen too much people lashing out, but like, what's the complaint been?
Kenny Omega sent out a really mean, nasty tweet about how this was so disrespectful to their charity event, and this was different than competition, and that this is just a cold-hearted thing to do. And I was all like, it's on the network. You can watch it at any time you want. Plus, your show is free. That's the other thing that confused me, is that with Fyter Fest, or with Fight of the Fallen being free, if someone's watching it or not watching it, that doesn't have any impact on them donating to anything, right?
Yeah, the donations are to the people who actually go to the event.
Yeah. So if the WWE Network is putting on a show that's subscribe only, and it's on their channel whenever, and AEW is putting on a show that's free to watch, what money is moving around that made him and a lot of the fans so upset? Because a lot of the fans are like echoing that sentiment of this evil corporation trying to put on competition next to a charity event.
Which it really isn't. And that's kind of a dumb line of logic from anyone saying it, because it goes back to what do you want this to be? If you want AEW to fail or WWE to fail and you want to view everything as a fight, then you're really just putting yourself in a spot where you're not going to enjoy the product that you want to enjoy.
Yeah, it seems weird. It felt a little bit like getting really picky about certain things, and like I said, someone watching it live, either one, whichever one they watch live or whichever one they don't, they're likely going to watch the other one too at another time. Does the time someone watch Fight for the Fallen impact anything about that charity event? Maybe that's what I'm trying to figure out.
No, and I don't think it should. So, everything I've seen
I
being
can't
a
imagine.
free event. Yeah.
Yeah, it's free otherwise. If you were to say like, hey, they're both $10, you better pick one. Only they're both one time only. You can't go back and rewatch it. Then I would say, okay, then they're clearly fighting for that $10. But they're both putting on free streaming shows. Just happens to go on at the same time. Plus,
Yeah.
is this really the battle you want to die on? The hill you want to die on? Like, I could probably imagine that with as many shows as WWE puts on, and as many additions to the network as they put on, there's probably a lot of conflict with charities and the timing that they go on. You know what I mean?
Well, not only charities, but any other sporting event in general.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if WWE put on something during the Stanley Cup Finals or the NBA Finals, all of a sudden, whoa, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How could you? It's weird. Also, Clump, explain a little bit about who Evolve is, because they're not WWE.
They are WWE kind of. Evolve's they're a British promotion. They're technically not WWE, but a lot of your NXT UK talent, like the vast majority of them, are Evolve people. And
They'll be utilized through Evolve, but they're not Evolve necessarily. Matter of
But
fact,
here's
Ricochet and Aleister Black were both supposed to be on an Evolve show and got pulled when they went to the main roster.
for some, and that became kind of a point of controversy at some point too, because of where they were at, being as traveling. But after Pete Dunne and they established after they established the UK belt, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, until they had an NXT show in UK every week, they performed primarily in Evolve, with being signed to the WWE still.
Yeah, and Evolve has come through New York at different times too.
Yeah, kind of like how W or NJPW or other companies will do small shows.
But that was also part of their NXT contracts, is those guys are allowed to do certain indie promotions and indie work, and Evolve is one of their approved outside of WWE promotions.
Yeah.
So it is kind of cool that they're putting their 30th anniversary on their channel, because it does show a little bit of unity there, but they're not as it's not like when ECW is being funded by WWE. Evolve's not being funded by WWE, as far as I know.
Yeah, we don't know, but yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of what that is as far as I know about it.
Yeah. And it's their 30th year anniversary. Do we know, because I haven't looked, do we know if when it goes on the network, if it's streaming live, because that's what time it's actually going on?
I believe it is streaming live, and it will play after too.
Yeah, well, I think it's playing live at the time that it is, because that's when Evolve is actually doing their show, right?
Yeah. I believe so, yes.
Which, if that's the case, then Kenny should be more pissed at Evolve. They're the ones actually moving the butts and seats.
Yeah.
Apart from that, the only other thing I've seen since then is that they announced that Chris Jericho would be at Fight for the Fallen.
Yeah.
But it just said he'll be appearing, so I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Yeah, and that's and they're now putting up some stuff about Fight for the Fallen and about what it is and the behind it, giving more context, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do really like the idea of it, and I know that Tony Khan talked about it in that podcast about how much it meant to Kenny that they do a charity show early on, and that victims of gun violence was something that, for whatever reason, was really near and dear to his heart. I'm sure there's a personal story there.
Do you know what it's about? So it's for. Do you remember that Madden tournament in Florida where a guy came in and killed 4 people?
No.
In a match.
A few years ago, there was a competitive Madden tournament, and a person came in and killed some of the competitors in Jacksonville. And Kenny's he goes to a lot of gaming shows. He does compete and stuff like that, so it was a big thing to him. But a big thing to Tony Khan too, because it was very close to where he lived. A lot of people, being as he's an NFL owner, a lot of the players in the NFL, a lot of the fans connect to Madden. So he wanted it to be they wanted it to be an event. It's an event for where it donates to gun violence charities and violence prevention charities. It's pretty cool.
It's really cool. I would like to note that tickets are on sale and they're still not sold out.
Yeah.
So there's that.
And that was the first episode they had about Fight for the Fallen. Was talking. They had the person who kind of does media outreach for them, and he was talking about like with it and people we have this groundswell of support. What we want is we want you to show support by showing us what we've loved, and that's going to the events, which is cool.
Yeah. Pretty cool. I do think it's a little weird it hasn't sold out, but
Yeah,
It's
I
Jacksonville.
would,
they can't sell in a Jaguars game.
yeah. They should fly to a Jaguars game. They can give me fucking bobbleheads. They can give me tickets to Fighter Fest.
Yeah.
Anything else happening with them? I think the rumor right now is October they come to TV, right?
Yes. Otherwise, they did a couple cool, like Kenny talked about, one of the people on AEW, Riho, who's one of the Joshi performers in that female tag match at Double or Nothing. They signed her, and he's worked with her since she was 11 in Japan. Like in Japan, there's a promotion that they'll have like children basically will wrestle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the one that Kenny fought as a child?
No, different person.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a 7-year-old. That was really cool. Yeah, working match. MJF got a question, and MJF did amazing heel work because he said, "I hate that I have to do these stupid ass questions. That's why I'm filming this vertically." And the question was just, "Why don't they appreciate you?" And he says, "I don't know. Fuck you," and then goes black.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was decent. And then the Young Bucks did a bit about, I don't need a tag partner, I don't need a friend, I need my older brother. And then they like laughed and they were like, they think we're fucking corny, and walked away. So,
That's funny.
good jokes. But yeah, not too much else. And I got these really good notes from you.
Yeah. And then this Saturday is Fighter Fest, yeah?
Yep.
Unlikely that we're going to be able to watch that and review it this coming Wednesday. So I'm anticipating the following weekend. We'll give people about a week. Hopefully, we're going to find out our schedules, and hopefully the weekend coming up after that, we'll be able to review it. Maybe have some American Rebel cigars and talk about it.
Cool.
You can do the Roman?
Yeah.
Huh?
Nothing.
Nah, just
Clumping his
well,
battle
like
scars.
messed up hand.
Nice.
Yeah. I got bit
You
by
get
the
attacked
big
by
dog.
a bear, right?
Dog.
Big dog.
Bear dog.
The big dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's all I had. I don't know if you guys have anything else.
No.
I think that's it. Last call.
Let's go.
Last call.
Cheers.
Cheers. L'chaim
Nope.
Nope.
to wrestling. That's it. See you guys next week.
Thank you guys for
Hopefully we'll all
watching.
be here.
See you next week.
Love ya.